It all began at the Scotties last Friday here in Kamloops, BC, and 1 week later, still lots to be decided when it comes to that playoff push here in Kamloops. Great to be back in Kamloops. First time that this city has hosted the Scotties, all the action at the Sandman Center, and what a day we still have. 2 tiebreakers, elimination games will be an exciting Friday here on TSN. That is our feature, Black, Wildcard 1, Caitlin Loss. Come on inside the building. What's up, Canada? Glad you're watching on this Friday morning. Brian Mudryk, Kathy Gauthier, and Kathy, thank goodness I don't have to do math to figure out this competition, because last night it was dramatic, and for a lot of the players on the ice, no idea what would happen until really today.
Well, the challenge with this pool is that everybody was bunched together, so they weren't playing for last spot. They were playing for second and third. That's why there are 4 teams left.
So lots to be determined still on this Friday. So this was last night. Huge win for Clancy Grandy, BC, as they are still alive. Alberta out. Carrie Anderson, what a week so far, undefeated. She wins 11-3. Obviously, she's in. Caitlin Loss, massive win over PEI. Caitlin still alive. And Nova Scotia, Christina Black, massive win, 7-6 over Laurie St. George. So Nova Scotia still very much in it. Pool B, no problem. That was figured out. McCarville, #1 seed because she beat Jennifer Jones. Those 3 decided. Anderson obviously in, but look at the teams at 5-3. Black, Laws, St. George, Grandy. And that sets up for an exciting Friday. And that's why we're here, Kathy, on this Friday morning. Not 1, but 2 tiebreakers. Let's begin with Team Nova Scotia and Christina Black. Highlight reel shots all week long, but if Christina was a cat, this might be life number 9 right now.
Well, she is running on fumes, there's no question. She made a wonderful shot last night through a port, but she needs some help from her team. The 3 people in front of her have got to step up so that she doesn't have to make those. And then when you look at her opponent, wildcard team, this is a wonderful story of motherhood. Caitlin, 2 months ago, gave birth. Her 3rd is on the bench. She's due in March. Her 2nd is expecting. For them to get through, they have to win 3 today. Pacing will be so important. Big
storyline, and the other one is Quebec and Laurie St. George. She had really fate in her own hands, but lost last night to Nova Scotia and has to now park that today.
Well, she was 94% after the first 5 ends. It was not about shot making. It is decision making. Strategy gets in the way of this young lady, and that is going to have to change. She's going to beat BC. And when you look at Clancy Grandy's team, Kayla McMillan struggled the first 5. She's going to need some help from the first end right through if this BC team is going to advance.
So 2 tiebreakers this morning. Only 2 teams will move on. It's Nova Scotia, Wildcard 1. It's BC, Quebec. Can't wait. All the action right here on TSN. First Rock next from Kamloops, BC.
The 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By BKT Tires and OK Tire. By Home Hardware, here's how. And by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Glad you're with us on this Friday morning. Lots to be decided here at the Scotties Championship weekend right around the corner, but 2 tiebreakers today as all these teams trying to stay alive. It's time to meet the teams. Brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. And we begin with Team Nova Scotia. Lead Shelley Barker, 2nd Carly Everest, at 3rd Jen Baxter, and your skip is Christina Black. Team Wildcard 1, Caitlin Laws out of Manitoba. Your skip is Caitlin Laws at 3rd, Laura Walker, 2nd Jocelyn Peterman, and lead Kristen McCush. So Rock Colors and Hammer this morning, little different situation. Nova Scotia throwing the Red Stones, Team Wildcard 1, the Yellowstones. Now Hammer going to Christina Black because she has the best record amongst the 4 remaining teams in the head-to-head situation. So she took a Hammer, Caitlin Laws took Yellowstones, and lead stones to get us going this morning is Kristen McCush. So Kathy Gauthier, so much was going on last night. The players weren't sure what was happening. It was all coming down to the last games, who would win, who would still be alive. So put us in the hack. You're one of these athletes. What is the mindset starting off what could be a very long day?
Well, it's really tough because there was so much uncertainty last night. The teams get the rules, but the rules talk about what happens in a tiebreaker for third place. But all of a sudden in this one pool, you didn't have a second place winner when Laurie St. George lost because she could have advanced. And so you come from that to racing home to go to bed. And so sleep is important, but these teams played last night, so you don't really have a lot of that. Nutrition's important, so you would have fueled up last night, fueled up this morning. Lots of water, and you don't really think about what am I going to do in the third game. You just break this down into these 10 ends, or 11 if you need, that you need to win in order to advance.
Right back, go. Good.
And the uncertainty will continue because neither of these sheets know who they will play because it goes based on ranking. And so overall, Christina Black had the best record, even though they were all tied. Then Quebec, then BC, and then Caitlin Laws. And so the highest seed that comes out of this will play the lowest seed going across. So again, it's very convoluted, but these teams don't know who their next opponent will be. And at this point, they don't care because they have an opponent on the ice.
I'm really glad that you got to explain that this morning.
My hands are flailing. I got the French thing going here.
Oh, great job, my friend, Kathy Gauthier. And Kathy will repeat that every end in case you missed it. Lead Stones, Nova Scotia, coming from Shelley Barker.
Easy. 7. Easy, please. Line's good. We're going to have to go. Yeah, we're really close.
So it is possible that the ice will be a little bit different today. These two games are being played on Alpha and Bravo. So the far left and the one next to it. The other two sheets are empty, and so you don't get any warmth coming off the crowd. You don't get the air circulation. And so not so much on our feature sheet, but next door they may see a little bit different. There's a look at the building this morning.
Really nice. I think we could. Okay.
And they will try to do this so that the next games are not played on repeated sheets, or for sure the teams that are on A, whoever wins will not be back on that sheet. No advantage given for learning this sheet in the next game.
It is a crisp, clear morning here in Kamloops. Minus 16 outside. Feels like minus 24 degrees.
Back forward. Okay, bye. Get it. Go back forward. Yep. Come on, hard. You gotta go. Hard. Good call, Caitlin. Good speed.
So game on here in this first end. One of the storylines, too, worth mentioning if you're just joining our coverage. The head ice technician, Mike Merklinger, not once, but actually twice, put out a memo to the entire teams and the coaching staff that the stones were going to be textured. And then Mike and his crew decided that the first run wasn't successful enough, so he did it again. And so Kathy Gauthier, now what are you seeing here? I know it's early in this morning, but from the last night games to this morning, what have you noticed?
Just a little bit more curl. It's not dramatic, but what was starting to happen is the outside wings were getting a little bit straighter, and that took away the opportunity to get a lot of finish on stones, but it is not dramatic.
You're pretty good. Yeah, it's still frosty.
Well, for the wild card and Caitlin Laws, she needs to take the time. On open hits last night, she flashed a couple just getting in the hack and throwing way too quickly. And the draw weight, she made some wonderful shots late, but missed a couple of draws early. Find it, you've just thrown it. In the pregame practice, need to harness that feel.
Keep a broom down if you can. Gotta sit for line. It's not quite as straight. Okay. Yep, then. Yep. Whoa.
Well, and coming off last night, Christina Black in the 8th end gave up 3, was in all kinds of trouble and didn't bail early enough, open things up when things aren't going well. And we talked about the highlight reel with the support of the 3 in front of her. She won't need to make one of those shots.
Keys to the game brought to you by Sponge Towels. Absorb life. All of it.
Wait. No. Curl. Okay, straight. Roll the shooter. shooter. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Good. This looked like a better throw.
You know, such a proud province, Nova Scotia, at the Scotties, and the great Colleen Jones curling out of that province, winning 4 straight. Colleen obviously 6 overall, and it's a great storyline this week. You have Jennifer Jones trying to track down 7. Her and Jill Officer with 6. And when you talk about skips, it's Colleen and Jennifer 6 all time. And Carrie Anderson looking for her 4th consecutive. So in chatting with Colleen Jones earlier this week, Colleen, so much respect for both Carrie Anderson and Jennifer Jones, calling Jennifer the GOAT, saying she's always loved the grit of Carrie Anderson and how she's competed. So wonderful storylines, very much alive here in Kamloops.
Great sweeping. Good sweep. Good sweep.
Now there is some room.
Still super frosty. Yeah. The nose hit. Try the in. Okay. The in turn?
So trying to run the guard back. It does seem that she can see about half of that stone, but I think for Christina, hoping to get the red on the nose so that the 2 yellow that are lined up for a double go away.
6 Scotties for Jennifer Baxter. Big brush, run it back. Oh, wow, what a shot. Yellow's gone. Beauty. Early on here from Jennifer Baxter.
There's a big risk and reward shot. You could have left that guard there and not made contact, but Jen throws that up weight so well. Makes that great contact. Both yellows go, and her stones remain buried underneath. Well done.
And it's amazing how a shot like that early in a game can get a little momentum going. We saw it in a feature yesterday. Rachel Holman had that massive triple that was starring on SportsCenter, as well as it was vintage Rachel, and you wonder if a shot like that can get that momentum rolling here for Nova Scotia.
Well, it certainly fires you up.
Yep.
And that is the best way to respond to that.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Came off.
Nice answer, courtesy
the 12 I said it would have
Laura Walker.
Yeah, it did come off.
And you talked about it a bit, Kathy, off the top, but a new look team. We saw Caitlin Laws for years with Jennifer Jones. Caitlin, though, obviously prolific skip at junior. Winning the gold medal not only with Jennifer and then mixed doubles, Olympic gold, but skipping once again, skipping at the Scotties, and this a brand new look team.
And she's got just a wonderful demeanor. Just very calm. And for Nova Scotia, this is familiar territory. They managed to win the draw to the button in all of their games, or most, this week.
Like the exact same spot. Needed it to finish up a little.
And couldn't replicate.
Other shots.
So every time they have hammer, they win so far this week.
One in this. Do you like that?
I think so.
Okay.
That's pretty similar lines to Dawson.
Because even if I'm like, this is good. Yeah. This is the same line I threw on. Okay.
Okay, you got it.
F and F, hey? Yep. Even if
So skip stones now here in 1 in our feature. Nova Scotia wild card 1, one of 2 tiebreakers on the ice this morning.
Seems pretty nice here. Yeah.
And we promise to our viewers cheering on BC and our viewers cheering on Quebec, Laurie St. George, we will have updates all morning long, including this one. This is just the blank attempts.
You're good.
Well, these teams just wanting to run it up and down this first stand. Just feel comfortable out there. Get some of the nerves out.
And similar situation there because Laurie St. George, when it comes to these 2 teams, Laurie with the better record head-to-head amongst the 4 remaining, so she got to select hammer, and Clancy Grandy selecting stones.
That's great. T.
Fight the 4. It's curling now.
Come
Tapping.
yes, line.
Yep.
T line.
On line. Line's good.
Tapping.
Yes. Keep the line. Yep.
Back button.
Okay on this line. Keep going.
On line.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, it's over curled. Whoa.
And the hard line call was because Caitlin knew that it was curling so much it was going to come out the other side and did not want to give Christina Black a piece.
Great weight.
To put a broom down for the line early, I think.
Okay.
Broom's off it early.
finished later. Okay. I expected. So. Okay. Good sweep.
So that comment is that if you put the broom down early, it doesn't have a chance to start to make the curl. It will run straighter, and that's what Caitlin's asking of their front end.
So
I think just kind of get as much as I can and punch one of them out and stay on top of the other ones.
Okay.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Obviously, you could try the run back, but because of that little over curl, an opportunity here now for Christina Black with her first.
Oh, yeah.
To make the double, that guard would have to be out of the way. So this is about getting rid of the shot stone and staying right on top. And then Caitlin will have to deal with it.
How much break do you expect in this path here, Kathy, with this out turn?
Well, the challenge is as it gets closer to the line, because it hasn't had a lot of traffic, it will bite and grab. But because she's throwing some higher weight, it should stay relatively straight.
And to your point, getting Jen Baxter to try carve this over a bit, make some contact, so one will go. Shot stone still wild card one. Caitlin Laws.
Finish a little warm. I was a little bit soft, I thought.
Yeah, I thought so too. Good, good. It was nice weight.
I thought that would finish a little harder.
I'd have to be right back to it.
Yeah. But you did just throw that one, so as long as we keep it here, should be okay.
Yeah, she would have to run.
Yeah.
Let's go right down to it.
The concern for Caitlin is the
she could throw the same.
two
Just sweep it.
stones belonging to Nova Scotia, knowing that if she tries to draw around and sets up the double, she can give up 3 this end. And so is playing down to the back one.
The back one.
Okay.
It took just a hair more ice.
Okay.
Do you think if
still
I
think you
throw
could
that
throw the same.
the same, you can hit it earlier
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
keep it going for speed? Okay. If it is shorter, let us know early so we can.
Okay. You got her, Kayla. Same throw.
Wow. Great stat there. Only Jennifer Jones
Back 4.
with more in this field.
Don't want to.
Oh, you don't have to.
Back 8.
Running a bit. Lean. Lean for line.
Wait,
So this throw out in a path that there will have been more rocks down should carry a little bit further.
Back 8.
Line's good. Line's good.
Peterman and McCush trying to drag this to a perfect spot for Caitlin. And Caitlin Law's draw weight is on this morning.
Well, that was one of the keys for Caitlin to find it early,
Nice throw, Caitlin.
and
Nice,
demonstrating
really
that she
good.
has.
Good throw.
Great sweep.
Hard line.
Back 8.
Line's good. Line's good. Lock it on. Line's great. Keep going, Justin.
It is amazing. We've seen Caitlin here so many times, Kathy, and such a successful curling right from the junior ranks. We mentioned the 2 Olympic gold medals. Now her 10th Scotties appearance. Just that 1 gold medal, though. And that 1 championship with Jennifer Jones 2015 in Moose Jaw. And now trying to skip herself into the playoffs for an opportunity once more here in BC. So a good test here in this first end. Final stone, Christina Black.
Sweep for T-line. Line's good. T-line. That's great.
Full 4. Line's great.
She's been a highlight reel all week long, and that was one of your keys, Kathy. Would need another big performance to try carry this team, and now they try carry this rock to get there in time. Baxter working hard, got to get it by that yellow, a little rub. And it is a steal of 2 early for Caitlin Laws. As we showed you that graphic, Laws with a great job stealing this week, and she does it again, up by 2. You see that stolen 2 over the shoulder of Kristen McCush, lead stones for Team Wildcard, number 1 of the Fort Rouge Curling Club. And a great start. It was an end that looked like it was setting up nicely after that beautiful run back by Jennifer Baxter, but right away Laura Walker with an answer, and here we go. Stolen 2 on the board and playing her way into.
Well, some wonderful curling in that first end. If that is indicative of what we have ahead, it should be a terrific game. Some great shots made by most sides. And for Christina, if she doesn't come in contact with that stone. Her weight is great. It just has that finish, and that's the texturing that you talked about, Muddy. It just finishes really hard at the end, and she ran out of space.
Super heavy.
4. Line's good. 4 still. 3.
Go, go, go. Go, go.
Keep going.
Hard, guys. You got it.
Keep going.
Yeah,
Don't
you
come
got
straight.
Get by there.
Hard, Jen.
Go, Jen.
Keep
Second
going.
Scotties
Line's
appearance for
perfect.
both Shelley Barker and
Go, go,
Carly
go.
Everest. And for Christina and Jennifer, great success in BC with Marianne Arsenault a few years back. That was 2018 Penticton, that 10-3 record. They won a bronze medal.
Big board.
Okay.
I think she's impressed everyone this week. Well, she certainly has us with her ability and her transition from playing in the order to calling the game. There's no doubt in my mind that we will see a lot more of Christina Black, if not this week, then certainly in the future Scotties.
Board. Lean. Solid board. Lean. Whoa. 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 Kristen. Yep. Straight.
Oh, 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 oh. Stay with the shooter.
Jocelyn Peterman. And that shooter will
Nice throw.
spin and spin and roll out as for Peterman, her 6th appearance at the Scotties, winning that gold medal. Alberta Chelsea Carey back in 2016 in Grand Prairie.
If you just get it to back here.
Okay. Should be okay in this path, Carly.
Maybe like a 410.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Stay close. Stay break here.
Well, it was Carly's draw in the 10th end last night that was made absolutely perfect, that would go on to be the steal point. You're feeling very good
Hack.
about that.
Hard.
Keep going.
Hack. Yes.
Through.
Hard. Hard. Okay, clean. Clean. Yep, hard.
That's a good job there by Shelley Barker to hold that.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, Rayo shell. It's good.
Good. 12-2.
Just a hair heavy, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably half.
Like hack.
Little one.
Hard. Yep, yep. Hard.
Yep.
Hard.
You got it, Laura.
Right up, right up.
That Laura is Laura
Yep,
Walker,
yep,
hard
yep,
on the brush.
Good brush.
It's good.
And for Laura, too, a new look for her in her 4 Scotties. You recognize her as the skip for Alberta for a few years.
Nice throw. Good
She won a
speed.
bronze medal, Calgary 2021.
I love it.
In that curling bubble last year in Thunder Bay, 3-5 record as the Alberta skip.
Well, they've thrown a guard and now trying to hit and roll behind that corner guard.
Really hard.
Set up their 2.
Yeah.
Hard, Jen.
Hard done.
Hard, you got it. All the way. You got it. Keep going.
Go, go,
Keep
go.
going.
Push.
Never stop. Hard,
Push, push,
hard,
push.
hard, hard.
Push. Oh.
Sit.
Nice
And
way.
the shooter
Nice.
sticks around.
Good sweeping, Jen.
It's a good throw. It winds up rolling past the guard, but this is a little bit of uncharted territory. See very tight ice being taken.
Nova Scotia trying to generate some offense. So far, Wildcard not cooperating. They do have that corner up there.
Lean. Whoa. Whoa. Right on the nose. Nice throw, Laura.
Very nice.
Good, Laura. Nice throw.
Yeah.
Pretty straight out there.
I had like pretty, I had no back.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know where I was going with pretty.
So, Kathy, obviously we're keeping a close eye on the second tiebreaker as well. Clancy Grandy, BC, and Quebec, Laurie St. George, both 5-3 records. And these are not the Final stone. This is the final stone for Clancy Grandy. One to come, though, from Laurie St. George, who has hammer.
Well, we showed you that the team ran it up and down the first stand blanking. And so draw weight was a bit of an unknown. Laurie St. George on her final, or sorry, her first stone tried to bury, but it is deep in the house. And so accessible for Clancy. And even with rolling out, still lies 2, and so this is the force.
But I don't.
It's just a little bit
Yeah,
straighter there.
got a 12.
Okay. Like I know.
Electing to draw again.
Just watch the release.
I don't think it's worth it to just flat. Like the double for 2 is just long and flat. So.
I like the draw.
Yeah.
It's very,
Score.
very tough. And if you don't make it, you give up another steal.
Laurie St. George, Kathy, 80% on her draws this week, 3rd amongst 4th rock throwers. So some nice numbers. In the meantime, in our feature, we watch Laura Walker deliver.
Bit softer.
Playing the outsturn hit.
Well, Nova Scotia electing to go around.
Line's good. Line's really good.
It is a long guard trying to get some finish.
It looks there to me. Line's perfect.
Well, she,
Weight's
I
good.
think
It
she
looks
may have
there to
touched
me.
her.
So Laura Walker by the guard, no problem. Removes the red stone back to Laurie St. George, and that looks like some really nice draw weight, and it is.
Yep.
So she finds the hearts, and they're on the board on sheet B. A 1-0 advantage for Team Quebec, and a must-win over there as well. Second tiebreaker.
Good throw.
Well, Christina Black is not going to worry about those 2 biters on the outside. She is playing for 2.
It's heavier.
6.
Easy. Heavier.
7.
No, you're way deep.
7.
We can wait.
6. Can't.
No, I think you're like a 9.
We're still 7.
Yeah. 7. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. Stay with it, Shelly.
So a lot of weight here
If
from
you can go.
Yeah,
Jennifer Baxter.
Yeah, you can go. Yep. You can go. Go. Yeah.
So a little deeper. Partially tucked behind a very high guard.
Okay. Just a bigger ad.
Yeah.
That's just the difference in my release. That one was a better one, and
I
the
know.
first one was kind
Because
of.
you're still throwing nothing.
I
Like,
know. I gotta be
Well,
at a 40.
opportunities. And you can see that that stone is
Okay.
over buried as you look at it, but because it is deep and with the finish of this ice, Caitlin can get to it and tap it back to lie 3.
try and roll it open if you can.
Okay. Just hack.
Easy early.
Lean. Oh, Kristen. Hard, Kristen. Hard. Keep going. You got it. Hard. Ball is just hard.
Knifing it over, Kristen McCush, get enough, get a piece, and it will go.
Call 3. That was hard.
Okay.
Good. Sweet.
Nice, Caitlin. Good throw.
Good sweet.
What did I say? Yeah.
The minute you're softer, it's going to be going.
What was James?
I don't remember. Right about there.
Perfect. Okay, you got this.
And so we'll try to generate a skip's deuce, make 1 good berry, and then hopefully have a shot for 2.
Yeah, let's sink
Get
one
around the
behind there.
yellows.
Okay.
Yeah. How deep is ideal?
Like top. It would be like top 4 depths.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like.
It's really quick here.
Yeah.
You need to give like a 30
Okay.
with a good
Good
release.
release on it.
Okay.
Good enough.
Yeah. As long as we get full 12.
Okay.
So Christina, looking to be higher in the house, does not want to provide any sort of backing that Caitlin Laws could get out of this end with.
Line's really nice.
Little light.
Little light. All you guys, line's great.
And it's been a bit of a struggle to
really
score
good.
2 with Last Rock this week.
Got it out.
Where?
Really close.
Line's great. To my broom. Got it.
Trying to set up the
Shelly's
skippers,
wrong.
too,
Shelly.
here in the second.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah,
Shelly,
you gotta go. You gotta go. Hard. A little bit more. 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 A little bit more.
And that one's buried a little bit more for shot stone.
Nice sweep.
Good.
Good shot.
Man, I felt like I was pretty
You
light.
were in the 40s.
Yeah, and that went far. I'm glad I didn't throw a 30.
It's nuts. Good throw.
She is always very positive. She threw exactly what they asked.
But I think I
And no way to tap this stone back, so trying to corner freeze.
I have 50 on Jones first. We got it to where we got it.
Okay.
This looks like the F and F.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know 15-6 on hers, so I think mine will slide even like that.
Yeah.
Better. Okay, right there.
You know, it never stops, does it? You see Selena Negovin, she's watching right next door what stones that Quebec and BC are throwing and using.
Teams must throw the stones that are on the designated sheet and tiebreakers. There is no selection, but they're always interested in what people they respect throw in case there's something that they know about matching the stones.
Mine's good, close to us.
That is a 1581. That is as fast as we have seen.
Got to get here, though, for shot stone. They got to drag a little bit more, and it'll come up light. So the open draw to answer right back here for 2 for Christina Black.
Draw for 2. Oh, yeah. She's
More
only top
like a
12.
20 here, hey?
I don't.
15,
25.
20. You gotta
go
I
like
don't
crazy.
think. Yeah, I don't think it's that slow.
I think you're still in the 20s.
Yeah. You're not a 40, but
Yeah.
Just need a bite of the 8.
It's nice. Yeah.
Kathy, for people not
Same as what I
familiar,
said
what
in
numbers are they talking?
I think
The
so, yeah. I
40s, the
think so,
20s?
They're talking about the back line to the hog line. There is a 3 in front of it or a 4 in front of it, but people just refer to the last part of it. And so in this case, I will split it for you.
Mine's good.
It is a 4.37 seconds. So when they talk about 40, they were essentially saying throw 4.40.
Curling hard.
That is very, very quick.
Yeah. Reach for the 8.
Needs to bite 8 foot to score her 2 here in the second.
15. 15.
And a good judge.
Great.
Nice
Great
team
one.
shot.
2 runs.
And an answer for Team Nova Scotia. Out of the Dartmouth Curling Club in a 2-2 tie here at the Scotties.
Good judge.
at a 30.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Sandman Center on a very busy Friday here on TSN at the Scotties. 2 tiebreakers right now on the ice. And our feature, a 2-2 tie. Later on in the day as well, we'll have elimination games. By all counts, that's exactly what these are. Championship Sunday around the corner. Winner will represent Canada and off to Sweden for the Women's Worlds.
Okay, good seat. 16-6.
Yeah.
She threw last.
Yeah, I could tell.
This is a little further out, but with this rock.
So 2 up front by Nova Scotia. And it's Kristen McCush being asked to come in the house one more time.
Line's good.
Wait to be on it.
Looks like it's sliding quite
Line's
nice.
good, got room.
Top 8. Stay close.
Top 12.
Yeah, line's good.
Early curling. Just top 12.
Okay, line's good. Gonna have to curl.
Top 8.
Okay. Straight.
One of the comments that the teams have made throughout the week is that you really, really have to pay attention on this ice to the pass. Who's thrown, when they've thrown.
15-8.
We saw the really fast path coming home. So far, Nova Scotia getting caught in the center.
What do you like?
I like whatever you like. I don't mind getting one in there, yeah. Top 8's okay.
Giving us, I think, a 30.
Just gonna make sure it's sticky here.
Yeah.
Just looks like minimum ice.
Just have a hair more, yeah, thanks.
I'm just seeing her draw curl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Running pretty good here.
You like that 30?
Yep, I do.
Trying to corner freeze on the shot stone.
Oh, we're a little heavy.
Yeah.
Okay, back 8.
Whoa.
Back 8 right now.
Okay, then
Line's
you don't.
good. You don't need to touch it.
Okay,
But
only line.
it's gonna be Shelly.
We can't.
Members played in
We're
3
still back
Canadian
eight.
mixed doubles curling
Okay.
championships,
That's
won a
fine.
We're
silver
potentially through.
at the 2019 Canadian mixed curling championship.
13-8.
Okay.
And a little bit heavy here.
Now we're in trouble.
Sorry, guys. It's okay. What'd you have on that? 15. 15? Yeah. Shoot.
So we talked about 4:37, which was the split time for Christina, 4:15, throwing it that little bit extra heavy. And this is where Christina needs to start thinking about a bail point. Your opponent has the hammer, is lying too buried. You want to make sure that you're not giving up a pile.
Top 4.
Just top
Eight.
eight. Close.
Just top 8.
Just top eight. You got lots of room. Always Kristen's rock.
Might come down a little
Top
out
4.
Okay, higher the better.
Still there. Trying.
T-line.
Can.
T-line.
A little bit.
Not quite.
A little bit. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go.
Hard. Hard. A little more. A little more.
Well, beyond changes in their life, there have been so many changes on this team laws this year. It is quite a story. So Caitlin started the year and then left to have a baby. At that point, Selena was still able to play. When Caitlin leaves, well, Selena takes up the reins and Laura Walker comes in as the third. And then Selena has to be sidelined because she's no longer able to play. So then come Caitlin. She comes back in the story. Jill Officer played for them at the provincials, and that's because of an eligibility issue. And then all of a sudden, Laura Walker comes back. So it is faces and places and people on the move. And lots more excitement. And so for Selena, it is so hard to sit on the bench. Such a huge part of this team, but is due next month. And it was very important for Caitlin and the team that she be here. She will come out for timeouts, and it is usually her advice that Caitlin seeks.
Lisa Weigel, also a part of this team as well, as Lisa's here as a
Your weight
coach.
was 10-1. You were just a little tight.
Yeah. I was a little
And
snug.
so
I tried
for
to-
Selena, it will
Yeah,
be
but just
interesting
bite the
because
line.
husband Connor Negavan plays for Reed Carruthers. The Briar,
Do
of
you hate a
course, is
guard,
our next
Caitlin?
event. And with Selena due,
Then she just
there
hits
may
the
be a
goal.
phone on the bench.
Yeah,
And
like,
and if
we'd
it
have to
rings,
be
Connor
just
may disappear.
protecting
I
that
kind of
again.
like it open. I don't mind coming back here.
Kate?
Back 4, back 8.
Kate? Kristen's first one.
You know, we were chatting
I
too,
think
and
mine
actually
will
you
run
nailed the
like that,
trivia.
yeah. It
You
felt like the
knew the
15 to me,
answer.
Gus.
The
Yeah.
last Sandra Schmerler, the MVP of the Scotties
Like a hair
playoffs
more
to
though,
win,
Kate.
that was
I tried-
not
yep.
a skip. And we just saw her, Lisa Weigel.
Yeah, it was Lisa, that whole tick ability. She set the page for that. Everybody followed in her wake.
Back 8.
It's so very, very good at that.
Kristen. Back 12.
To the point that everyone got so good at it, they had to change the game.
Change the
Change
rule.
the rules, right?
Yeah, it's very true.
Through right now.
Yeah. 13.
And excited for that. That's up next, starting March the 3rd, the Tim Hortons Briar, London, Ontario. And that is an unforced error.
I knew right away.
Yeah. 11?
Yeah.
Okay, I like this sprint for 11.
So the call is not the double. She's looking for the hit in the inside roll because the way those two stones at the top of the 12 are set up at an angle, there will not be a run back for Caitlin to remove it if she's able to duck behind.
Hard.
Trying to shrink the scoring zone.
Whoa, please. 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 Yup. Hard. Hard. No roll. Sorry, Jen.
Good throw. Shoot. That sucks. That really sucks. Just bored.
Okay.
Okay, Laura.
I think this will be pretty gradual.
Yeah. Yep. Hard, Kristen.
Laura Walker for Team Wildcard 1.
Everything you got, Kristen.
Yeah, they picked her up right away. That is Krista McCush trying to save this for Walker. So back-to-back tough ones here for wild card 1.
And talk about momentum flipping.
Sorry, guys.
All good.
Threw it a little careful.
Okay.
I think
Nose,
so.
I think, gets it.
Nose.
Just like normal weight.
What turn do you like?
Theo.
Do you like a 10?
Yep. What was my last one?
It was like 11. It was good
Okay.
weight.
I like it.
Update time, Kathy. BC, Clancy Grandy, and Quebec. Laurie St. George, 1 to come from the BC skip.
When it was Laurie St. George and her team chasing for much of this end, trying to make runbacks on a buried BC stone. It appears that the red stone belonging to BC is shot.
Gotta go, Liz.
Trying to come to the back ones to make sure, looking for 2.
Scotties' debut skipping for Grandy. Good brush, little tap,
No doubt now.
and lovely. Confirmation, 2 it is. And BC and Grandy a 2-1 advantage as the home province. Trying to use that momentum and support here in British Columbia and keep her hopes alive. Trying to make amends now here in this third end. Laura Walker, her second. And she makes 2 go away and spills it up.
So that righted the ship.
shot, Laura.
You could feel a huge swing. Christina Black was in trouble. And then a couple of miscues back-to-back for Team Laws. And some good shots made by Nova Scotia. And you heard Caitlin knowing that it would roll up the house and behind. That'll make you happy.
Peel.
Okay.
Hair high.
Okay.
Mine ran nicely here in the first end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, mine won't be a 7. Just a little bit.
You got it.
Skip Stones here in 3. Christina Black.
Whoa. Yep.
Yep.
Whoa. Yep.
Yep.
Whoa.
On and off, it's got to be close.
Perfect.
Christina Black
Come on.
clips the yellow. What a shot. The highlight reel continues.
I could watch the line, so I believed you. I was like, nope.
Shot.
What a
Great
wonderful
shot.
shot. She talked about it in the hack. She said, my peel won't be your peel. That's an 8.25 for a peel. Rachel Holman could throw it at half. That's like twice as fast, but it doesn't matter. You don't need to. You need to throw what is comfortable for you, that you have a great release. She does both of those. Not only makes the double, but does roll into lie 2. Wow.
Okay.
Great touch to get that shooter, Kathy, as you pointed out.
This time.
Massive
Please.
to be counting to
Yep.
without hammer here in 3.
Hits in this spot. So.
And so for Caitlin, has not given up the thought that she can still score 2, trying to use that red stone at the top 12 to act as a guard and duck behind.
Didn't add much here.
Same as the last one.
Anything. Let it work if you can.
Mine will be fine.
Copy. Joss is on, cast the goal like a long way.
Can you carve it?
Deep as you can here. Deep as you can. Keep going, Josh. Keep going. You got a chance. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Very peace. Very peace. Very peace. Hard, 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 hard.
Great weight, just did not get the finish, and they couldn't afford to take tight ice.
Yeah, I kind of just do it a little straight and like plowed it, so it just jacked in,
Wait,
in the line.
Perfect. Okay, right at me. All right, Shelley. I'm going to have to stay real close.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking.
Got lots of energy?
Yeah, sure.
Kathy, you want to hit the stick? You want to roll a little bit here?
Hitting a roll a little bit to the left is great.
Okay.
Force Caitlin to draw to the forefoot.
Yeah, important.
I guess the good news for Caitlin, she just threw the weight on
bet.
that path, so she'll obviously have options.
Well, think back in this end, it was Team Laws lying 3, drawing to lie 4. And then a couple of misses in a row and some great makes, specifically the first one by Christina.
10-5.
And now having the opportunity to lie 3.
It's funny too, right? Because the wild card score, Jennifer Baxter made a really nice shot on that end and yet found a way.
Roll the other way, roll the other way. Okay.
So the roll to the hearts. And the broom down quickly. They hit for 1 here for wild card Caitlin Laws.
Yeah, I just really stuck it down the line. Good throw. Good. I thought my weight was close.
Yeah, I really liked your throw.
Yeah, it's just like if you stick it on the line, it runs for so long. So I was like, Jen, just go. I'm never over.
She kind of reminds me of like the Jordan Spieth of curling, right? When you watch him and he's mic'd up, he's just so honest in his assessments, and it's
very frank.
You know
very
what's
refreshing.
going on with Christina Black when she's competing, which is fun. So big shot here, the hit versus 3. Nice numbers for Caitlin with her hits this week. And final stone on the way.
Weight skid. Easy board.
Yep. Right to it. Yep.
As the stone starts to make its move.
Gotta go, Kristen. Keep going.
Gotta hold the line, make sure the shooter sticks around, and will for the single. So after trading deuces, a single on the board, and wild card 1 leads here at the Scotties.
The gang is back and still going nowhere. Don't miss all new episodes of the hilarious fan favorite Party Down. Season premiere Friday, February 24th on Stars.
That's tonight. That's very impressive, Kathy Gauthier. How do you feel? Your first promo.
Feel pretty proud. And speaking of party,
I don't know if you feel as good as the coach for Quebec as, my goodness, Michel St. Georges. This is just before 8:30 a.m. local time. I want whatever he's got going on.
Holy smokes.
Because these tiebreaker long days, Kathy.
You had to push me up the stairs to get in the loft here this morning.
So for Michel St. Georges, the coach, good for you. He's enjoying every minute of watching his daughter
Top 8.
in this tiebreaker. As we bring you back to our feature, Nova Scotia Wildcard 1, Caitlin Laws. And it is Christina Black with hammer here in 4, throwing the Red Rocks.
I think that smooth is good in the tighter line.
I agree.
Such a big swing. It would be interesting to have heard the conversation of the Laws team at the break between the two ends. Started so strong and then through the middle fell apart just a little bit and wound up being forced. But it's one of those ends that you say, okay, but we got our single and now let's figure out how to make 8 consecutive shots in a row.
Okay, keep a broom down, Carly.
5.
Line's a little tight. Yep. Hard.
I don't know where it
Waist really close. 6. Hard line. Hard. Hard. Keep going. Keep going. Whoa.
See if we can get a little bounce.
Looking for that little kiss. And it'll settle buried, top 4.
Good.
Like solid hack?
Okay.
How much do you have of this?
3/4. Like I can't get low with hack, I don't think, but
3/4 is perfect.
okay.
Enough to kill this.
So Kathy,
one.
I know, obviously most of the time 4 sheets in play, and these teams have played in these games or playoffs before, but is there a big difference when it's a morning draw, just one other sheet in play? Do you notice as a competitor, or are you just so locked in that it doesn't even make a difference?
For the most part, you're locked in. These teams have been out on single sheets before. They're playing at an event. It's actually probably a sense of comfort having somebody else beside you. You don't feel like it's the do or die game, which these are very much.
Gotta go.
But it has more of a feel of a round robin game when there's somebody else out on the ice with you.
So moves the red to round, but second and third shot stone, Nova Scotia, and with hammer here in 4.
Okay.
Or you could draw in, but whatever you like. 11's good.
Well, the key for Jocelyn was to move one of those stones out.
With an 11, yeah.
Come up with an 11.
But with that stone being third shot, Christina now looking to hit and roll. Be happy to roll to the 12-foot, but wants to make sure she outcounts the wild card stone that is in the 12-foot on the other side.
Weight's really close.
Close. Clean. Clean. Jen. No, just clean, Shelly.
11.
Clean.
It's rolling out right now.
Yep.
Okay.
I got it, Carly.
Okay.
Nice throw.
You know, they were lighthearted with that throw, and obviously it was successful,
It really
but
curls at the end.
you miss those ones, Kathy. Those are the ones that just drive you crazy
Nice
when you
weight.
go back to
I got an
debrief a
11.
game. Those little
Like we're
half
hitting
shots
a
are so
quarter.
important to execute in games like this.
Well, no one knows that better than Caitlin Laws. That's what happened last end. Jocelyn just went through, and then Laura did not make her first one, and it flipped very quickly to being at a huge advantage to chasing. And so for Jocelyn looking to hit and roll on top,
Good.
get the double, that's an option as well.
Yep.
Big weight, big
Whoa,
rotation.
yeah,
Jocelyn Peterman.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
1, 2.
Nice.
Lovely shot and a great rebound shot.
Thanks, there, Josh.
She just sticks around. It's the biggest thing.
Yep.
Touch left. 11-2. Yep. Hard.
Hard. Push, Shelly.
Hard.
Push, push, push.
11-5. Go. Hard.
Yep.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. She's just a little tight.
Yeah.
11-2. A little
Okay.
light, too.
Good call on the weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, your speed is good.
Yeah.
You got it, Laura.
Trying to roll under.
Weight's good. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Josh.
We will see Jeff Walker, Laura's husband, at the Briar when it gets underway in about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, Muddy.
Looking forward to it. London, Ontario.
11.
Okay. Right at her.
A lot of lineup changes. The Briar as well. EJ Harnden now.
All the way.
Coming out of Manitoba, or with Gushu and Ryan, his
Yeah,
brother,
Ryan, yeah.
playing out of Manitoba with Matt Dunstone.
That's a big push just to get a piece of that Yellowstone, and the shooter
Okay.
rolls
Okay,
right
too
out.
bad.
So again, we talked about those little unforced
Unforced
errors.
errors.
12.
And, you know, trying to score your pair, holding that shooter so important, and that's the out now here for Team Wildcard 1. Chance to eliminate that red stone.
Solid board.
Clean. Yep. Hard.
Weight's good.
Hard. Gotta go. Hard. Hard to stay just. Hard on those. Hard, 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 hard. Good sweep.
10-7. Good call, mate.
Great sweeping, Josh.
Good.
Thanks.
Good.
Good sweep.
Nice shot.
Thanks.
Good sweep, Josh.
You want to be
Right
like,
next
ideally a
door,
bit higher
Laurie
than
St. George
halfway.
with
It's
hammer.
good. The
2
speed will
rocks
be
to
fine
come
across here.
in this other tiebreaker, BC Quebec.
Well, the challenge is this is the spot that they're trying to get to. Laurie St. George looked at that run on her first one. So would run yellow onto yellow to get to the shot stone. So they're planning on trying to take that away.
Right
So
to my
there,
broom.
You can tap if you need to.
And then
Just
all
for
that she'll
line.
have
Okay.
is the
Just
heart.
watch the angle.
Yeah, weight's good.
Lindsay,
Guard
yep.
the outside. Lindsay, up.
Whoa. Whoa.
little
It is
deeper than we
amazing,
wanted.
Kathy. The last rookie skip of the Scotties to win, Allison Goring back in 1990.
Okay. Just more straight through, I thought.
Yeah.
I
Nancy
should have got you on
Grandy.
early.
I was
Her
worried
rookie
to go
skipping
early for the
debut
weight, though,
here.
that she gave us.
Yeah.
We saw that young Skurlick team win a great
I know,
run
but
for
I have nothing
Alberta
else, right?
here for the first time
Do you
as
have
well.
anything off of that?
And a great debut.
I mean, clipping this is disaster.
Yeah.
It's super thin off of that.
Yeah.
I think it's my last. It's my
Yeah.
only shot.
Okay.
Yeah. Like half.
Well, you have the
I have
draw.
nothing else. I need a big rocket, my friend.
Yeah.
Here, I have to whip it.
No idea.
Okay. So in turn,
She tried playing an in off on
Bomb.
her first one and did not make it.
Alana, is that ever easier, that outside one?
It's really thin.
No, like if you hit the outside of it.
So is the pinhole available there, Kathy? To your point, just the draw. It's not easy, but the draw, little tap.
It probably is easier. All
It's
she needs
easier
to
than
do
this.
is
think,
touch
like,
it an
there's a
inch
force
over. Now you do have to have great draw weight, but this is very flat. Would have to throw it very hard as we watch Caitlin
all right.
jam, unfortunately, on that run back.
Gunner, wait.
2 second peel.
So that could open up the door in our feature for Christina Black to indeed score a pair.
You hear Lordy say gunner weight, referencing Jason Gunlickson and his big up weight abilities.
Here's that big push extension, final stone.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What she got?
It just fell all the way out.
That is
Well, I
such
was
a
not there.
a hard stone, and you wonder in the debrief when you look back at that game, maybe you try that draw. Regardless, the steal and Clancy
At least I
Grandy
didn't
2-point
flash it.
advantage over there on sheet B.
Okay, you're looking at that 30-35.
Yeah.
It's shotting really nice here.
Well, this is a relatively simple shot compared to what Christina faced in the last end. This is a draw around the guard after Caitlin jammed on the back. But last end, Muddy, you talked about the highlight reel shots we have seen from Christine over and over and again this week, hoping that she wouldn't have to make one today, but she does. Makes the run back double, rolls the shooter into leg two. Massive momentum shift.
The key shot brought to you by OK Tire, service, repair, tires, as Christina Black has done a number of key shots this week.
Now. Yep. Hard. Okay, that's perfect. Good.
And wraps that one in behind cover, top 8. And for now, Nova Scotia lying 2 with Hammer here in 4.
Great sweeping.
Good, I hit a 40.
Yeah, I thought I was like, it's close, but it's good.
Yeah, no, it's great.
It looked like it was gonna go sideways.
Well,
Okay.
oh, let's just see what I have. But,
So Caitlin hitting, I don't think she can even roll in for shot, can she? Is this just elimination?
She might.
we can get a shot.
How hard are you trying?
No, she can't.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It is most definitely eliminating, and if you roll behind, just trying to score the shrinking zone, shrink the scoring zone, or score the shrinking zone.
It's been a long week,
Whatever
Kathy.
you prefer.
Sadly, I understood exactly what you're saying.
It's risk and reward. So for Caitlin to try to go around, she would have to be very, very tight to Christina's, and she'd have to stop about a foot after she went around it.
10. Yep.
And that is just too high a risk to give up 3.
Yep.
Going hard here to try and hold the shooter.
90.
And the broom down, the draw for 2 here in 4 for Nova Scotia.
Okay, same thing. Should be
weight.
good.
Yeah.
Piece the floor.
Lots of time.
The out-turn draw.
More.
Yeah.
Final stone here in 4.
Someone clean it.
Would love a piece of the forefoot to score her
Yeah,
2.
we're good. Really nice. Yeah, mine's really nice. Still 7?
Yeah.
And does have backing on that yellow
Making
stone
sure.
if she needs it.
14
Possibly
4.
an
Do you
8.
need the back?
No.
Sure. You got the back one. It's fine.
You're on it. You're fine.
Yeah.
And yeah, it doesn't hurt to have that little back kick, as there it is. And there's the 2.
Too bad, yeah.
That ad really like made it go for Dave. I thought it would
Scoring
slow
2 in the
down.
second and 2 in the fourth for a 4-3 lead over Wild Card Loss. Lead Stones on the way in our feature. And a 2 on the board in 4. Nova Scotia leads 4-3.
And you know what, Muddy? I'm just looking at the percentages for both teams, and they're not all that bad. They're high 70s, they're low 80s. I think that the story of this game so far has been missing that key opportunity to really take it to the other team, an opportunity that sets up for both teams for 3, and then somebody lets them off the hook.
You're gonna need Carly.
That's why we're in a tight
Never
game.
needed girl.
And if you want to go far in this format, I mean, just look at some of the highlights from Carrie Anderson this week. You are going to have to be razor sharp
Yes.
if you want to not only win this one and you do get through this tiebreaker, but in carrying on some momentum, just such a small margin of error if you want to be the best.
Well, and watching all of the games this week, I would say that for sure that Anderson team is the most consistent. They don't miss very often. When they do, it's almost always a pro side miss, and they are just very consistent. And that is something that all teams strive for, is not having those blips up and down, but just riding that really smooth wave.
And the huge factors for both Krista McCarville, top spot in her pool, and Carrie Anderson, top spot, is that you have a second life.
Yes.
And that's the big, you know, gold nugget for being top in your pool, is that second life
30?
in this format.
Is 35 okay? Or do I need 30?
Might be a slight bit light.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hasn't had the opportunity to play very many draws.
7.
It was perfect when she did.
Line's really good.
Clean, line's great. Whoa, got a curl, got a curl. Stay close, line's good now.
7.
Go ahead if you have to. No bounce.
We're there.
Just
We're there. We
seven.
don't
We're
need
still
to.
7.
Got a curl. It's really running, guys.
Sit.
Good.
Nice shot.
Very nice.
Great one. 14-8.
Holy jumping.
Good.
So fast. What'd you have?
Squeeze, that's fine.
Yeah, I had a 15.5 on hers, so
Okay.
no.
You got it.
Yeah. You got it, Jess.
Back 4.
And you see the draw numbers for Jocelyn
Line only.
in the previous end. When she went through, that would have been a 0, so that brings it really down. It's not that her draws have been all bad,
Girl.
but 1-0 really makes an impact on those numbers as they score you.
Good sweep. 14-3. Probably would have been through. Yeah.
And important to share that information back with Jocelyn. They're saying that if it hadn't made contact, it would have been through on a draw. It is that reinforcement, not to beat her up, but just so that she's fully aware of where the stone would have gone.
It's nice and quick here.
Yep.
So that on her next draw, she kicks less.
Kathy, if you're the other teams right now, are you watching this game? Are you tuning curling out? Like, what would your philosophy be as a team right now if you were in, an Anderson, for example?
Well, not necessarily watching the whole game, but definitely watching a little bit. And it's not about the teams. What you're watching is the ice. Does it look any different this morning? Is it doing something? Are the players saying it's patchy? It's that extra intel from not being in the building that's the most important thing that you take out. You don't really need to watch the whole game. You don't need to see a team career out here and then start to feel a little intimidated. But it is about the ice and getting what you can out of it.
Would a coach like a Reed Carruthers or a Glenn Howard come out here and maybe see, hey, what's Caitlin Laws throwing here over on sheet A, or is what Laurie St. George doing on sheet B? Do they do that like when you played or when you coached?
Well, you can, but by this point of the week, you've sorted out your stones, pretty much what you'd like to throw with, given an opportunity to select. You know what the other teams that you trust in terms of rock matching are throwing. And keeping in mind, these teams did not get to select these stones. You had to use the ones that are on the sheet. So I'm not sure, Muddy, that either one of them would be here today. Big week for Jocelyn.
Button. Alrighty.
Okay. Good for weight?
Yeah. You know the weight.
And there's Brett Gallant, four-time Brier champ. Obviously now in Alberta. Long-time member of that wonderful Brad Gushu team that we'll see once again. Now E.J. Harnden joining that squad.
And has fit in so very well.
Yep. Let her know where it is.
6, 7.
It's amazing too when just Alberta, Brendan Botcher and Kevin Cooey in the final. They'll both make it there obviously, but Cooey winning. And just to see the familiar faces and new places on those teams in particular. And
yeah, that was a mix and match for sure.
Yeah. And a little rub to the hearts. So for now, Nova Scotia lying the 2 without Hammer here in 5.
Shoot. Shoot.
That's a good draw. I'm not sure why when they were by the front, they continued to sweep.
I think so too. I'll be
created
patient.
a bit of a pocket.
Fern.
Laura Walker, T wildcard. Run that yellow back, gets the Reds moving.
Very nice.
And she's now shot stone.
Good call, Caitlin.
Right in the hearts.
Nice call.
Such a consistent
Broom was
player
like
at
way
the
out.
third position.
Front of me.
Has been up amongst the top all week.
Nice.
Thanks.
Okay.
As a former skip, she knows her tolerance. She knows where she needs to be. And more often than not, Laura gets something out of the shot, even if it's not 100% what was asked.
Close.
Okay,
I think we're here last.
Okay, broom down.
5.
Shelly. Yes.
Just line.
Hard. 6.
Yeah, we look.
Hard, Shelly. Hard line.
Gotta go.
Hard line.
6.
Hard. Whoa,
Go, go.
whoa, 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 whoa. Just leave it. Just leave it. No rolling.
Sit.
Great weight.
Okay.
It's just a little tight.
She's just tight. Okay.
15.
Great weight.
It's kind of scary.
It's been scary.
Yeah.
It's like 7/8 low.
It's a nice throw. It should run here for a bit.
Yeah, you got her, Laura.
Laura Walker won that Canadian junior title with Rachel Holman out of Ontario. Also played 1 year, 2011, with Clancy Grandy, who's also on the ice today. And the other tiebreaker
Jet
now
board.
with Team BC.
Weight's good. Yep.
Yep.
Hard.
Hard. Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Hard.
And Walker,
Nice.
little hit and roll in, protecting that stone on the hearts.
Nice throw. Great weight.
In a good spot.
Good throw, Laura.
Raisable, protecting the yellow. So some nice yellows there up front for wild card 1 with Hammer.
And this is about shrinking the scoring zone for Christina Black. Not expecting to get shot, but if she can get as much forefoot or even biting the
Try
hearts.
and get to the 4-foot.
Get around the top yellow.
What?
Get around that top yellow.
Yeah. There's lots of ice, so hopefully you can
lots
be
of ice.
patient with it because they will.
Taking a bit less than
So
what we did
2
2
stones
ends
to
ago, just
come
so that
on our update sheet. The other tiebreaker,
sliver
Grandy
more.
and St. George.
I like that.
And it looks, Kathy, to me,
Like, so
you
if
tell
I
me,
give you
Yellowstone
guys
shot
two,
right
you
now?
can just
I was
sweep
going
it
to say
up.
red, Mud.
Very close, okay.
Okay.
So at least we're consistent as we do not agree. And it is, we can agree on the fact that Laurie St. George does have Hammer down by 2. So final one here for Grandy.
And I think for Clancy, she's coming down
See?
on the pot. If she's able to duck behind the guard and her stone that's top 4, It's going to be very tough for Lori St. George to score.
And Brandy's having a great game, Kathy. 94% so far this morning for BC. Originally from Ontario, making the move here to British Columbia. Oh, and a nice little tap, and one to come from the Quebec skip.
Whose shot now?
Pretty good. Yeah.
I could probably figure that one out, Kathy. That would be Grandy, I think, is line 1, 2, and 3.
What weight do you like?
In our feature, you saw the wraparound. Nice drop from Nova Scotia.
No. 9.
Okay.
Boy, every time we have looked over here or come here, it has been really big shots, but
Half is close. Yeah.
you can see the in-off is probably the only option that she has. The out-turn has been closed down unless she taps
nice
back,
and
but then
square.
she concedes.
Hairless.
There's no draw with
Yeah.
the in-turn.
You're throwing 9?
Yeah. It looks like a lot of ice, though.
I like it. I think it looks good.
Well, the last time we checked in, she tried that rocket in-off, and that was such a difficult shot and easy for us up here, but you wondered if maybe looking back, that draw attempt would have been easier.
And she's got a couple of stones if she's thinner or thicker to bounce off of.
So final stone. Lori St. George trying the in-off off her own, and she's got to get on this now. Make the hit, roll it in, try to score, and she will in the pocket. Lovely shot, Lori St. George for her single.
So nice.
Way to go.
Okay.
Atta girl, that was clutch. Way to go.
It was indeed clutch, so a 1-point game after 5.
Okay, we're short on time.
Weight's good. T. Lean. Oh.
No shortage of enthusiasm from the skip from Quebec. She's fun TV. Back to our feature, Caitlin Laws. Little bump on the yellow, get it there in, and she will. So line 2, Team Wildcard with hammer here in 5.
And we are seeing some vintage curling back-to-back shots from Lori St. George in-off to Caitlin's raise. This is why these teams are in the mix.
Yeah, I like that.
It makes it, like, shrinks her area a little bit.
And you might get second, so.
That's what I mean. Maybe.
That is just perfect weight for that shot.
I don't think it's really risky.
Yeah, your other option is to guard that side.
Yeah.
Do you guys like trying to chap this, or do you like just guarding her side so she doesn't have to draw for 3?
I don't know if the chap is there to even sit the second shot.
Well, it wouldn't be to get shot, it'd be to sit that second.
It's really hard.
You have to hit that
very
like
hard.
super duper skinny.
Yeah, I might just leave her an easier shot.
so
I think
just
we
guard.
should guard over there.
Which one you want though?
That one, the high guard's probably in the way.
Okay, so we'll throw the
So
outturn
I'll
then.
just take out here and I'll just give it a good.
They were talking about
nice.
trying to hit this one
Tiny over
so
here.
fine that it would graze
gotta be
in,
wider
but to
than that,
come
right?
by there and do that, you may just go by, and even if you tap it, I'm not convinced that you can even get second shot. And so they're trying to protect on this side to make, whoops, I'm gonna do this one more time,
We can draw to our back line.
to try to make it really tough for Caitlin to score 3. Sometimes you have to just accept
4-foot line, yeah.
that you may not be able to
leave it right
minimize the
there.
damage, so
Just back 8 and see. I might
prevent the 3.
back 1, 2.
Yeah.
Where?
3.
Okay. If you could go a little hard for line early, it'd be nice.
Okay. 3.
Okay.
Line's
Line's
fine.
good. Line's fine. It actually needs to finish,
You're
I
broke.
think.
No, line's just
Yeah,
great.
no, I don't think we want to
be finishing. I want to.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I think we need to leave it over here.
No, it's
as much as possible.
perfect. It's great.
Yeah.
Good shot. No, it's
Good.
fine. Good.
Great
Good.
one. Good.
I think that's the best shot. Like, if I try and chip us in, I might just hit us too thick and leave her hit and roll
That's
in.
what I was thinking. I was like, it's way too thin to
Yeah.
try and even get second shot out of it.
It would have been so hard to get the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a heavy draw. Like a heavy
So,
draw.
in having taken
Yeah,
the
that,
out-turn
like,
away,
back 8 that I
Caitlin's
threw?
playing
Yeah,
the
14,
in-turn to
7.
try to tap
I think we
the Nova
try it, gotta
Scotia
try and get
stone back.
to nose.
Okay.
There's
So
no
if you're
way here
punching
Caitlin
by
can
ours,
hurt herself, can she?
Oh, sure she can.
Okay.
If
Thinking
she
that
happens to
same
throw a
weight,
little bit
back-
too much
go
weight
back
and
eight.
ticks
Okay,
it
I like
sideways,
it.
that's actually the
On this
shot
side,
that
I think
Christina Black was looking to play.
Yeah, full back 8 probably.
Yep.
Yep.
So if anything, a hair less weight.
Yep.
Both skips,
Back
81% here in our feature. And a 4-3 Nova Scotia lead. Final stone, wild card one. Caitlin Laws here in 5.
Back 12.
Whoa! Whoa! Curl, Kristen. Curl! Hard! Curl!
Trying to carve it over.
Hard! Sit.
Remove the red, sit in time. And she'll remove it, but it is still just the 2. Very difficult shot. But she'll take
Watch
it.
out behind you, Laura. Good try, Caitlin.
As a
Great
back
throw.
and forth game continues. Wild card leads by 1.
Yeah.
The 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like it. By PointsBet Canada, the official sportsbook of Curling Canada. By BKT Tires and OK Tire. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada.
Just a few days remain in our stay here in Kamloops. It's been wonderful thus far. First time the Scotties in this city in British Columbia. Memorial Cup will be coming later on in May on TSN as Lisa Weigel, coach, Selena Negevin, team wildcard. In a good back and forth game thus far. Caitlin Laws, her draw weight, and she leads by 1, Kathy, after 5.
Well, it has been a back and forth game. I think that we always go back to that highlight reel shot in 3. It's only 1 that goes up on the board because Caitlin Laws was forced, but a brilliant shot by Christina Black. The draw weight, that was one of the keys coming in. Caitlin Laws has had it, and that has made a huge difference in this game. But the edge right now goes to Nova Scotia, Christina Black.
After 5, brought to you by PointsBet Canada, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. As Team Nova Scotia, Coach Stuart McLean, a little snack, and ready to roll. Final 5 could be up next from Kamloops.
Brittany Tran. What do you got? 1, 2, 3. There you go. Touch them all and gets them all. Final stone.
Little big.
Just touch it over like that. How do you like that? Hold that right now. You just touch this up. Touch it right up. Oh, you got the pinhole shot. Rock BC.
Please. Yes.
You got it. Bang. Come across. Kick it. Get going. And away it goes.
Whoa.
Got to maneuver that port and does, and through, and what a shot. Sticks around in time. Stacey Curtis, what can she maneuver? 1, 2, the yellow spilling. Oh, will it spin enough? What a shot from the skip. Christina Black, big weight, trying to hold the line. Gets 1, rolls it over. She got shot rock.
Here we go. Angle it over. Here. Oh, look out, look out, look out, look out. Oh, goodness.
What a great week, and a lot of great shots still to come. Obviously, the 2 tiebreakers trying to determine Pool A. And Kathy, when you look at these standings, stories to you, what stood out to you at all, if anything?
Well, we talked about Pool B coming into this event, that it was such a strong pool, and it's not a surprise of who is on top. That has been, well, the Jones and Homan on the Scotties Trophy so many times, and Krista McCarville has been up in that picture, no surprise. It is a very interesting pool, Pool A. We thought Carrie Anderson would go through, and she did. But all these teams that are in this playoff, these are teams that we see knocking at the door, trying to get into the consideration. So not surprised that they're all tied with each other.
And worth noting, McCarville is the #1 seed because she beat Jennifer Jones in the head-to-head. So gets that second life, being the #1 seed with Anderson. As we're back to our feature here, play underway in the 6th end. A 5-4 lead for Caitlin Laws, Team Wildcard 1. And once again, it is Nova Scotia with Hammer with the Red Rocks.
And if I could just have one word that described that first 5, it would be in the Thunder Bay Curling Club. They used to have just 2 big letters at the end of the board, if. And it's, you know, if only, if only, if only. And there have been opportunities, Muddy, and for both sides. And just not able to capitalize on threes, which looked as though they were about to be scored.
Line only.
Yep.
9.
We're coming down. We're coming down.
Hard. Hard line. Yes. Hard. 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 Keep going. Hard.
Looking down.
Okay, good. 15.
Hey?
Yep.
So that one ran really nice.
Okay, felt like a guard.
Weight's good.
Line's
Little
good.
light if anything.
Okay,
You can go. Yep.
Wait the 4.
Top 12 right now.
Okay, hard then. Hard. Hard. Straight. Hard.
You got it.
Nice spot.
Whew, I didn't think we were going to get it that deep.
Nicely done by setting it up on an angle. Takes away that
The rings.
11.
in-turn tap from Christina Black. So trying to open up the front.
Second more than my last hit.
Would love to roll and bite
Yep.
the top of the paint towards the guard side.
10-8.
Clean.
11.
Yep.
Yep.
Hard.
Weight's really close. Go, go,
Whoa.
go, go, go.
Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Roll. Whoa.
Yeah.
And that shooter
Set.
would love to
Works.
nestle that
Great
under that
shot,
corner.
Carly.
It will
Really
hang
good.
on.
Well, very nice shot. Terrific weight.
Okay, you threw this.
I did, yeah. He was patient, but it came up a hair.
Okay. Just bored.
Well, there were a lot of stones down here a couple of ends ago, so they're going to feel very comfortable with what it will do.
11.
It's a little solid.
11.
Looking clean.
Yep. Weight's good.
Whoa. Laura. Hard, Laura.
Those are tougher than they look, Kathy. Those ones out in the weeds, those stones you have to throw.
Well, they are, because sometimes it gets a little bit tricky out there. As the week goes on, sometimes we see that outside by the foam starts to build up a little bit just from the pebbling and sometimes the scraping. And sometimes there's just no play out there. And so they often just track and sometimes even back up.
10-5. 10.5.
Clean. Clean. Whoa. Shelly. Hard.
Hard shell.
Hard.
Get it over there. 10-9.
Just a little heavier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sit.
Sit down.
That's okay.
Okay.
You can talk to
sorry,
them all
guys.
you want.
Oh.
I don't think.
And we all do.
10-5.
As curlers,
10-8.
there's very
Yeah.
few
Okay,
that don't
close.
talk to the rocks. They don't talk back.
Okay.
Or we peel the guard. It's kind of a hard peel.
It doesn't look like an easy peel.
Okay, just pick it then.
Just easy peel.
Trying to pick that red stone out. And now 2 counting for wild card 1 over the wings, but corner guard available.
And while the removal's good, Laura won't be happy with where that stone rolled to. She's had some wonderful numbers this morning, but what it's done is it's created an opportunity for Nova Scotia to use the corner guard and to have some backing, something that in trying to remove it, the Laws team may jam upon.
It felt all there. I didn't have a giant.
Might be a little
Top
eight.
Yep.
Little light.
Yep. Hard line.
I don't think we can hurt it.
Take a look for me, though.
Hard line.
You're probably 6.
You got some room.
Yeah, keep your
You
down.
got to go to this one because we're over curling shot otherwise. Yep. Hard.
Yeah, we're just about to be.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And that was a great job in conversation between Shelly and Carly that entire way down,
Great
Kathy.
shot.
I agree. Just, you take a look. I think we're okay. What does the line look like? Sometimes when you've got your head down and you're shoveling as much as you can, you forget to look up or you lose perspective and can wind up over sweeping. So good communication between those two.
And they buried it, shot stone, so forcing wild card to play that yellow one where you see Caitlin's broom. Try to drive it in. As we talked about earlier, can be tricky this spot.
Lead. Whoa. Whoa. Josh.
Tough one, Laura.
And again, that's that spot. It could just float out there,
It
Kathy.
just wants to float out. And because the guard is where it is, Caitlin wants to make sure that she doesn't take inside that line because it will curl.
So again, it's been a game of just opportunities back and forth given to your competitor. As Jennifer Baxter trying to take advantage.
Hard all the way. Hard.
And another big scrub to try hold it and stick it. And they will.
Good speed.
Keep the arms moving.
Good.
And remember too, I mean, a long day ahead. That's the grueling part of being in this predicament, in this tiebreaker.
And this is where teams that don't play a lot on the tour can really start to feel it. And even teams that do play on the tour, it's 8 ends. This is 10. You have the pregame event, for lack of better words, because you're sweeping it up and down for draw to the hammer. So it is a very long week, and you find another gear. If you thought you swept hard all year, you will sweep even harder out here.
All right, as promised, the updates continue. A 3-2 lead in a must-win. Grandy over Laurie St. George. And this is the final stone, the last rock to come in this end.
Already line one, looking for her second point.
Straight line's fine.
Having a wonderful day. She is at 95%. She is Clancy Grandy that I'm speaking about.
And our feature, Caitlin Laws, the hit and stick.
It's fine. Okay, it's curling now. All you. Okay, wait, sir. Close for line. Okay, 15-3 should be fine.
Yeah, 15-3.
We're on ours.
Sounds about right.
Well, this team made a lot of noise on the tour this year. And that is going to pay off in the home stretch.
So a big 2 and a 3-point lead as they try to keep moving and qualify out of this tiebreaker. And, just to follow up on what you talked about sweeping, I thought Joanne Courtney, one of the greatest to ever do it recently, had said she actually would practice, doing burpees, working out, training, getting the hacks, see what my heart rate's like to just, to be ready for moments like this and days like this where you have to, no matter what your heart rate's doing, have what it takes.
And the physical fitness, not only in the moment to reduce your heart rate, but just having that all season so that you are prepared. Your arms will be hurting already.
No, we're trying to roll that way, but she's never going to get it that way. Yeah, so then we overroll it.
Okay. Shoot, the weight was good. I just needed more ice.
Good throw.
Yeah.
I love it on dot.
Yeah, I just needed more ice.
I don't know what your nose was like the worst. So it just knows. She's like, we don't want.
Stay firm. I think you can back it up.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're going to back it up. You're going to hit that stone, and you don't need to make the double. You just need to move it just a little bit. And even if she rolls corner frozen, that's also terrific. And the shake of the head is because any roll to the right as we look at the house right now is almost a sure 2. But instead, here's your get out of jail free card.
Caitlin Laws here in 6. Big weight, nothing to it yet.
Great shot.
What a shot. And she does get out of jail. Lovely touch from the Scotties champ, Caitlin Laws.
Great shot.
Like curling.
I know. It's like, oh, I really want to call them on.
Yeah.
And not to, keep harping on it, Kathy, but again, it's just making the complete shot. At this level and at this time of the week, the little half shots aren't good enough.
And what has happened is that every single time so far this game, the player that has let the team off the hook, the other player has jumped all over it and made them pay. And that's exactly what's happened here. And what looked to be a building 2 for Nova Scotia is now the force. Needs 8 foot.
Weight's close.
Really good.
Line's nice. Running a bit. I think it's good. It's running quite a bit, guys. Okay.
82% on draws. Christina Black
really
today.
Running. Okay, curling now.
Needs full
15.
8.
Yep, we're good. Should be good.
Or better.
It's full 8 foot. Great throw, Tina. Great one.
Good girl.
Yeah. Jen, can I borrow your gripper?
And Tina,
Can I borrow your gripper?
Christina with a lovely draw. In a 5-5 tie. And our tiebreaker here at the Scotties. Welcome back to our Scotties coverage on this Friday morning from Kamloops. 2 tiebreakers on the ice at the Sandman Center. First Scotties back in 1982 when Kruger Products started their wonderful relationship with Curling Canada. And that year it was Colleen Jones winning the first ever Scotties for Nova Scotia in 1982. And here in 2023 in Kamloops, we will crown a champion on Sunday as Carrie Anderson hoping to win 4 straight. Jennifer Jones in the mix, trying to gun for her 7th all-time. And a lot of great storylines here building up to this championship weekend, Kathy.
It has been such a fascinating week. We've seen some brilliant shot making, some great stories. 2 of them on the ice that we're following today. Of course, the amazing story of motherhood, as I'm calling it, on this team. Laws, this team really proving that you can want and play at the highest level in a sport and still also try to have a family and build a life outside. And this Christina Black has been, her and Joanne Rizzo, to me, have been the stories this week, Brian. Just some incredible shot making at the right time. Carrie Galusha, of course, leaving after yesterday's round robin, not qualifying. But Christina Black still very much in the mix.
Do you want me to get it further over? Sure.
Rookie skip debut for Clancy Grandy's played great. Kayla Skurlik, Alberta rookie debut as a skip. A lot of fun to watch. And
We'll see her again.
It's good to see, the youth coming up, Kathy, and a lot of these teams continuing to push. And I think you had said it, just the women's game in Canada right now is in just such a wonderful spot.
It is so great, and I feel curling, period. If you look at the Briar Muddy, I think I counted up 6 teams that were at the 2018 juniors. Tyler Smith, Tanner Horgan, Jacques Oche, and Karsten Sturmey. And that's so important for the game. We love to see the Jennifer Jones, the Carrie Andersons. We love to see the Kevin Cooeys. But for our sport to continue, you need the Matt Dunstones coming up that are putting an exclamation point on under 30 curling.
So a miss there. Carly Everest, so an opportunity for wild card 1, split the house and try generate 2 with Hammer here at 7.
That was a really slow kick.
Weight's good. Laura's rock. Laura's rock.
I know that going into London, Brad Gushu, obviously the favorite as the defending
A little
champion.
higher.
And he will be tough to beat, but that field, Muddy, looks, it's going to be an amazing week.
Can't hurt it. Yep.
A lot of great storylines as you have Botcher there, Cooey there.
Okay.
Interesting to see.
You got this. 8.5.
Number 1 team in the country right now.
Matt Dunstone, Team Manitoba, Mike McEwen in an Ontario jacket, which will be interesting. Felix Esselan, we've seen him in junior for many years. Congrats to your son, Jacques Gauthier out of BC. I mean, it's going to be a wonderful field. Kelly Knapp there for Saskatchewan. Reed Carruthers, a wild card team. I mean, it is wonderful to see all the names. And can't wait. That's our next stop, London, Ontario.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
for that little straight.
Ah, yes,
Okay,
one of the
so
greats
that's
all
left eye.
time.
Yeah, if it doesn't ride the line as
And
long, I
he
think that.
has lost a lot of hair this week, probably. The ones that are left are going gray. Of course, his daughter plays lead for Lori St. George, and she has played so well this week. Kelly Maddaw is a wonderful lead.
And right in it next door in that tiebreaker
Running a bit longer
with
than the last
BC
one.
right now.
I think still okay.
And for
Running
Caitlin
longer,
Laws, the
trying to
plan
go
was
the same
very
route.
simple this
15
end. She
for it.
played it in the house, wants to blank, wants to keep last rock, and will try to score the 2 and 8. Now, if she gets the opportunity this end, she will take it. But she's also happy with the blank.
Nice throw.
I'm sure she'd take 3 or 4 too.
Oh. 5.
A lot of times, so Nova Scotia doesn't want to play nice, obviously.
No.
You just would like to have the hammer in the even ends and score, because of course that means that you would have it in 10.
Little bit. Good throw. Okay, good throw. Good.
And Christina trying to group those stones so that she might have the opportunity to play a double. But they're not close enough yet.
Wait's nice.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Can't hurt it. Hard. Hard. Right on the nose. Nice throw.
There's a few times that I wanted to yell that it was coming off, but it seemed okay.
Do you want this turn with like a 10?
So trying to group stones. There is no double there. And so looking to hit and roll in front of the stone that belongs to Laws.
9-8. Yep. Hard. 9-8. Hard. Hard. Other way.
Charlie, roll it. Charlie, roll it.
Hard roll.
Jennifer Baxter want to roll it over, and she will. And that changes the dynamic a little bit here in the 7th end.
Great sweep. 9-8. Yeah.
Oh, very good throw by Jan Baxter. Nice controlled weight, great brushing to group those stones as much as is possible. No quit. And because of the way they're staggered, it forces Laura to play the out turn. Now their average of converting is higher than it has been so far this week.
Hard.
Looking to change that in this end.
Really nice. Good sweep.
And there's your double opportunity.
Nice, Sarah. Nice throws. Great pair.
Well, if anything this end, both teams have certainly banked some time.
Can't warm up.
No
Yeah.
timeouts used as of yet.
Nice shooting. Good throws.
Each team gets 2 90-second timeouts. The
11-4
thinking
on
time, 38 minutes per team.
Just a little bit low.
Okay.
And I think Caitlin's fine with this.
Okay.
If Christina happens to make the double, then the blank is back on the table, which was her goal going into this end.
Right at her.
Christina Black trying to make the double. And she'll drive it by.
Keep calling the weight.
It's a little heavy.
Oh, close.
Yeah. Nice try.
Nice. Nice throw.
Yeah. I wasn't quite sure
Oh, I loved it.
where to put the
Same weight as Laura.
Just board. Okay.
And time to check in on sheet B. And as you see, the 3 red belonging to BC and Grandy, this is really to save her Scotties hopes here. Final draw to come from Laurie St. George. Has to get the single here to keep her Scotties dreams alive.
Well, she played a draw on her first stone, and Clancy was able to blast it out and leave her shooter around. That's why she lies 3. She has full access to the forefoot, but does need full forefoot. Her drawing numbers have been very high all week.
Needs a beauty. And has to stop in time and will. So that's a clutch draw. Laurie St. George, the single. It is Team Grandy with hammer up by 2 after 7.
And we saw Caitlin Laws hit and roll out.
Maybe I should have said that because that probably felt like board. Yeah. It's really weight sensitive there, I think.
Yeah.
Right at her.
And while she would have loved to have stuck around, I don't know that she's particularly brokenhearted about this. But for Christina Black, you want to make your opponent have to make the shot to blank and not just give her the free buy. And so looking to stick.
Whoa, clean. Clean, yep. Yep.
10-2.
Yep, right up.
Yep.
Hard, you gotta go.
Stop that, curling.
Hard to stay, hard to stay, hard to stay, hard to stay. It's fine.
Good sweeping. Great one. 10-3.
And forces Caitlin to
Good sweep.
make a play here.
10-2.
Go off the hook there.
Make her go. Okay.
In a 5-5 tie. Must-win game.
Yep.
Got this tiebreaker here at Scotties.
Can't hurt it. Can't hurt it. Clean. Good sweeping, Kristen. Nice.
Bang, away it goes. Blank on the board. And a 5-5 tie as T wildcard 1 retains hammer when we come back to the Scotties and Kamloops.
Nice.
Kamloops Blazer is on a 6-game road trip. And that's why the Scotties overtaking the Sandman Center. They'll host the Memorial Cup this year beginning May 26th. And the CHL on TSN continues tonight. It's a showdown. Prince George Cougars, Vancouver Giants, 10:30 Eastern, only on TSN. And stream additional CHL action exclusively on TSN Plus. So the Blazers all time have won the Memorial Cup 3 times. They're hosting for the first time since 1995. They won the trophy that year, and some great alumni over the years. Mark Recchi, Jerome McGinley, Daryl Sador, and actually Shane Doan, Recchi, McGinley, Sador, part co-owners of the team. Daryl's son Dylan plays on the squad. Logan Stankoven, Olin Zellweger, some great names on this Blazer team. They'll actually open up the Memorial Cup against the representative from the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, so excited to have that on TSN coming up in May. As Kamloops is Canada's tournament capital, doing a wonderful job, and as are the players in our feature. Nova Scotia, wildcard 1, Kathy, in a 5-5 tie here in 8.
Well, you saw those great numbers for Kristen Akush, playing very well with the setup shots this morning.
Yeah. Gotta be right off.
Whoa.
It's coming down though.
No,
we're still back.
You're gonna have to go.
We're 9-10.
That's
Back 12.
fine. You need to get under a little. Go ahead, Shell.
We're almost through.
Whoa, then. Look, let's see. Going through.
We know the NHL trade deadline, Kathy, is coming, and the lottery draft and the WHL. Regina Pats, Connor Bedard. What a special young talent he is.
It felt normal. Okay. What'd you guys have?
Brilliant.
25. Yeah.
That World Juniors, amazing.
Man, I gotta throw.
Jocelyn Peterman, definitely an edge. So the front end for this wild card #1 team, skipped by Caitlin Laws, with at least 10% better, would suggest that you would see that in the setup.
I'm good there. Top 4. Just top 8. Weight's really close. Mine's good. Curling, no. Top 8. Still room. Mine's good.
Line's great. Just top 8. Has to curl. Has to curl.
It's top 4.
Yeah, gotta bury it a little bit. A little more, a little more, a little more.
Nice weight, Josh.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. Top 4 buried.
Sorry, just maxed out on my hit. Yeah.
Well, that is a great spot for that stone to be. Even a freeze on top of it is still going to allow some room for Caitlin Laws if she has the opportunity to draw for a second point. You take that stone back a foot and a freeze on top of it means that it's very difficult to score or to score multiple. Trying to get the finish now.
Easy, easy. Shelly.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Okay. Just need to switch.
Do you think you can get
Yeah.
low
Yeah.
with hack?
Like just hack?
Yeah, enough to kill it.
Yep.
Well, Caitlin's asking for the perspective from the hack. If she feels she can get low, low means across the face of the stone so that it could roll underneath. And Jocelyn felt that she can. And so that is the call. Get to the inside, tap the red stone out to lie 2.
Just hack.
Yep.
Back line.
Yep. Gotta go.
And you hear the panic with that red guard coming up very quickly, and they will wreck.
Sit. Sit, 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 sit.
And sometimes those stones will come right back around, but it does stay out.
Shoot.
Just at the very end, it makes that move when it gets closer to the line. Weight was perfect for that shot.
Sit, 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 sit.
10.5.
Okay.
So Jennifer Baxter here. Kathy, where's the ideal spot?
Well, it's an opportunity to remove the stone belonging to the Caitlin Laws team and to roll away. Would love some separation, would really like to force in this end.
I got it.
Would love to steal, but the alternative to that is at least making your opponent give up last rock.
You heard 11, then you heard Jennifer say I added.
Yep. Yes. Hard. That's good. Nice shot.
No roll, but removes the yellow.
11-1.
Yeah. Okay.
And now the
No, you
crotch
got it.
available.
I'm just calling the weights that I see.
Oh, just missed it.
Again, over like
It's 11.
yeah.
Nothing to choose. Both
throw.
thirds playing well.
You often talk, Kathy, about the plus minus. If you can out-curl your competitor by 5 percentage points or more, you get the plus, but they are having a good battle at that position today. Laura Walker, nothing to it yet. The big out-turn weight.
Okay, it's good. Okay.
Removes one.
Those are tough. You have to get right to the crotch, otherwise you get all of the oomph from the first one, and it sort of just drags or splashes the other one over a little bit and just didn't catch quite in the middle.
Same.
11.
Clean.
Just a bit stronger.
Clean. 10-8. Clean. 10-5. Whoa. Come up. Whoa. 10-5. Shelly a little.
Yeah, go.
Whoa. That's fine there. That's fine.
Okay.
Nice. 10-9. You just leave the double almost and roll if you roll it.
It is so fast there.
I know it's fast everywhere.
No, I know, but like.
Talking about how fast it is extremely cold outside. It is an extremely cold building. And so you combine all of those things, and sometimes you wind up having conditions that are quicker than they've been all week. And I would say this morning that that is the case.
Well,
Well, Kathy, it has warmed up to a balmy minus 14 degrees Celsius now outside. They were looking for the roll.
That was the single biggest part of that shot.
Nice shot, Laura.
Thanks.
Great throw.
He's tapped it straight there.
Yeah. Great.
Like 11.5?
Or
11. I like 11.
I think
Yeah, that looks perfect.
maybe 11.5.
Whatever
Maybe
you're
right there
seeing.
with
Yeah.
11.5.
Right at me.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't going to look terrific from the hack. I think that Christina will be able to see less than maybe she thinks.
11.5.
Okay.
Just get to nose.
Okie dokie. Look at all. It's going over the top of
No.
the.
No.
Okay.
We have to hit like a lot of it.
Okay.
Well, she can see quite a bit. Thought maybe half might be tucked underneath. And this is a path, this outturn, that there have been so many rocks down. So we'll feel comfortable in knowing what it does.
It's interesting. We saw, I think it was Laura Walker, when you get outside to the wings, but where's the break point here, right?
Yeah, well. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Jen. Really gotta go, Jen. Oh, hard, Jen.
Yep.
And a little tick, but they got away with it.
Good. Good call on the weight. It was 12. I figured if it was light, it would really bust, so I wanted you to hold it early.
Yeah.
Couldn't hit the guard.
No.
So Nova Scotia lying the two, but
I was like, Shelly, go early to
Caitlin
hold
Laws.
it if I was
Yeah,
like.
absolutely. I was with you. Good throw.
gonna go around that red stone and try get the skip's
so
deuce.
I was like, do not be heavy.
No, it is so straight there too.
Well, with last
I'll keep
rock,
my head up.
if Caitlin's objective is to go behind the guard, you don't need to hit that outside stone to get there, because you risk nosing it, and then the back one would be shot.
Yeah.
So just playing the draw.
Yeah.
Should run for a bit.
Any part of the 8-foot gives her shot. Still trying to manufacture 2.
A little bigger than I wanted.
Back 4.
Okay, easy then.
Back 8. Back 12. Back 8.
If you're gonna stay in the 8-foot, it's okay.
We don't know.
So
Need
some
to
tense
grind.
times as you heard some different
Yeah.
weight suggestions on where this is going to end up.
Yeah. Yep. Hard.
That's good.
And it will be shot stone, back 8.
Sorry, I tried to drag my knee a bit.
Great. I think that should be close.
I think so. You got it.
Player comparisons are brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. And again, much like the thirds, very close there, just a 2% difference.
Yeah, you're not going to see the difference on the board, and that's why the game is so tight.
All right, live looking, BC Grandy, Quebec, Laurie St. George.
Well, a really good chance for Clancy Grandy to put the nail in the coffin, literally, of Laurie St. George. Laurie was trying to tap her stone sideways, was heavy, went through the house, leaving this open hit for 3.
Got a little bit lucky as she grazed the red, but it stays in play, and that'll do it. Staying alive, BC, Clancy Grandy, the home province, will win the tiebreaker here on this Friday morning over Team Quebec.
Well, convincing 8-3 win.
It's always better when we win, guys. We just make such good.
Meantime, in our feature, that is lovely draw weights from Christina Black, Nova Scotia, as BC saluting the Kamloops crowd, and they salute them right back, getting that fan support as they are into the playoffs. Now, because of the way this breaks down, we won't know who BC will take on until the conclusion of Black Laws in our feature, so stay tuned.
Right on the tee. Need 4-foot or a full 4-foot.
You got it.
Now we showed you that the skip numbers were relatively even, and that's why in huge part that we're tied. And this has been the roller coaster for Caitlin Laws this week. Started off pretty steady and then dipped, then went to a wonderful game and then dipped and then went to a wonderful game. And it has been a little bit up and down, and that's why she's in a tiebreaker game instead of advancing straight through, and is now being forced, needs forefoot.
We definitely don't need both of us.
Has to slow down in time as it's coasting a little bit more, and will just hang on. So Caitlin Laws gets that back forefoot for the single.
A little better. Good, Caitlin. And I thought.
And again, back and forth game, 6-5. Wild card one, Laws leading after 8. What a tight battle. One tiebreaker remaining on the ice. As you just saw before the break, it is Clancy Grandy, BC beating Quebec, moving on 8-3. So one game to be determined to round out the top 6. It's a 6-5 advantage. Wild card 1, but here at 9, Team Nova Scotia, Christina Black with hammer throwing the Red Rocks.
Well, a great draw by Christina to force last end.
Okay.
So because of that victory, we do know a couple of things. If Caitlin Laws wins this game, she would be the 3 seed. BC would be the 2 seed. Nova Scotia wins. Nova Scotia is the 2 seed, and BC is the 3 seed. And then you can start to look at the crossover with Jones and Holman. Jennifer Jones number 2, Holman number 3 on the other side. So
again, remembering that this is not about head-to-head. The 4 teams that made this tiebreaker were seeded best on their performance, and you carry that seed through.
So a little complicated, but we'll walk you through it. And really congratulations, Kathy, in order for Laurie St. George, the young Quebec skip. You know that she will be battle tested. She'll be back sooner rather than later. And it was a lot of fun to watch them compete.
Well, they always are. And you know what? For Laurie St. George is the Canadian mixed champion, waiting to hear where they will go for the World Championship. They did not play that much this year. They did not play that well this year. But I feel that what she saw out of herself and her team is that they can compete. And you wonder if maybe they'll do the Andrea Kelly and try to spend more time traveling, so that when they start the week here, they start on a little higher note.
And with the pandemic, if I'm not mistaken, one of their first Scotties actually with a crowd and atmosphere, so good for them.
For sure.
Hard, stay down. Good sweep. 15-8.
Good sweep. Thanks.
Yep.
11.
All right, Carly. You got this. It's 11. Yep.
Trying to hit and roll underneath so that that run back of the wild card stone is no longer there.
11-5.
Yep. Hard. Please.
11.
Easy.
We're okay. Wait.
Close.
11.
Yep. Yes.
Hard.
Whoa. 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 Curl a little. Ah, that's fine. That's fine. Sorry.
Okay.
11.
Yeah. Good, Carly.
Thanks.
It's an 11.
We're looking for some
Okay.
big
Yeah,
weight
some
from
good
Jocelyn.
here.
She talked about trying to blow it up a little bit. So run that red stone into the forefoot areas. You're probably going to lose your back stone, but right now there is no way to freeze to get anything that is better than third shot.
Whoa. Whoa! No, no, no. Nice shot, Josh.
Oh, that's a great result.
And just the one Nova Scotia rock remaining. Shot stone, top hearts.
Nice. Good sweep.
Gets rid of the top one. You do lose your back one, but the rocks in the forefoot,
faster.
other than one, have disappeared.
Yeah, should be
Same
the
40?
everywhere.
Same.
Yeah. You got it.
Yeah, nice and slow.
Yep.
So trying to split the house, looking for her 2 in this 9th end.
Probably 7.
Back 8. Line's great.
Yeah, go.
Back
Really
8.
nice. I heard it. We might be.
You gotta go. Back 8. Back 8.
Go.
Never off. 15-6.
Yeah, go.
Hard, Jen. Hard, first
Go.
you can. Keep going. Trying to pass the tee line.
Go, Jen.
And they were not off that stone. What a great effort once again. Great brushing. And this time it was Baxter and Barker teaming up for a good sweep.
Head down and go. And the key there was to be just that little bit behind the tee line so that there was not a double for Caitlin Laws. And her 3rd, Laura Walker.
Clean. Close for line.
T1.
Yep, line.
Wait, step 4.
Well then.
Trying to freeze, does not want to hit the open stone and just concede the 2.
Step 4.
Tapping a touch. Whoa, clean. Whoa. Curl.
Good judge.
Yeah, good judge, Kristen.
Okay.
You like the peel?
It's half one dozen the other.
Okay.
Talk about that reset after going, pound to post, bringing that rock the entire way. Jennifer Baxter reset, catch your breath.
Come on. Good.
And throws a nice stone.
Good. Nice shot.
And you hit the open stone for a couple of reasons. A play towards the red stone that is currently shot. And while your own stone is in the way and you don't want to make it for your opponent. The other thing is that for Christina to be able to score right now, she'll have to tap that yellow stone back. They want to leave the degree of difficulty to your opponent instead of trying to make something yourself, and you make it easier on your opposition.
Really nice. Nice call. Nice throw, Laura.
Thanks. Good sweeping.
Nice toss.
11.
Okay, right at her. Nice breath.
She could throw this very hard and try the double. It is sharp and you risk rolling out. So trying to hit and roll towards the stone instead of removing both.
11. Yep. Gotta go. Hard. Still 11. Really hard. Whoa. It's good. Hard. Clean. Whoa. Go. Curl. No. Curl.
Oh, killing me.
It's fine.
Oh, shoot. Killing me.
Weight was perfect.
10-3.
I 10-9.
Brutal.
Shoot. It looked like it was going to come over and like jam.
Shoot. So brutal.
Thought we for sure.
And again, Kathy, not to state the obvious, but
did
just
not.
those little things in a must-win game that have to go your way.
Well, and that was just anticipating that it would curl a lot more than it did. If they come off of that, she's got 2 options. A little bit thinner, she makes the double. Sorry, a little bit thicker, she makes the double. And a bunch thicker, she hits and rolls. The one way that she couldn't miss it is that way.
Down to skip stones here at 9. And now the
Solid board.
out opportunity here for Caitlin Laws
Wait,
to try and force Christina Black.
Hard. Anything. Hard. On your arms. Little bit. Okay, good.
10-8. Good sweep. Good throw.
And how flat is
Nice
this
weight.
double, Kathy? Doable?
Jen's around pretty
Oh, it's
straight
doable.
Yeah.
Good throw.
8.5. Right there.
Okay, you got it.
And so Christina now switching gears, thinking about playing the blank, keeping last rock when she comes home.
Make the double.
Yep.
8.5.
Okay.
Is there a certain turn here that would get you more action or more spin to help, or no?
You know what? They're so close together
Okay.
that it's not as important, but you don't want to have to go across the face of the stone.
It up. I'm happy to
Yeah.
get a blank here.
Well, and there is a true comment that it was looking pretty tough for a little bit, but a
8-5.
great shot by Jocelyn Peterman on her second one.
Whoa. Whoa. Jen. Hi, Jen.
Christina Black, can she make the double? Yes, she can. Another clutch shot from the Nova Scotia skip.
Good girl. Nice shot.
Sorry about yours.
Yeah.
It just looked like soft, so I was like, I thought it would always come up and make the double.
No. Nope.
All right. Now throw just board.
Okay.
Try and hang it on the side there.
Okay.
Got it.
So for Caitlin wants to stick around, would love Christina to have to make the blank.
Clean. You're okay, clean.
Oh,
Clean. Yep. Yep.
yeah, you can go.
Yep. Yep. Right to it. Right to it. Right to it. 11. Good, Caleb.
So mission accomplished here for Team Wildcard.
Good, Caitlin.
Number 1 in
Didn't
9.
want to keep sending it out.
Yeah. Good job.
Good sweep.
Sorry. Check your weight.
Sorry, a little snug and.
Same weight.
Yep, same weight. Right at her.
And now there is, Kathy, that little different factor as the other tiebreaker is done. You're the only sheet out there. A little more quiet.
And that does bring with it its own little pressures of being a single sheet. It's the first time that you do that at a Canadian Championship, regardless of what game it's all about. It's a little daunting.
Good. Okay, nice throw.
2 nice rocks from Christina Black. Makes the double, then the blank.
All right, good job.
So when we come back in this critical tiebreaker, 6-5 Laws, Nova Scotia. Hammer. Glad you're with us on this Friday morning, afternoon already in Nova Scotia. And we got a good one, 6-5, wild card 1. Caitlin Laws leading by 1. Hammer to Nova Scotia, red rocks here in 10. And you can see the rocks up front already. The corner thrown up by Christina Black.
Doesn't have to curl.
Lead stones on the way. This one from Kristen McCush.
We're over.
Well, Jennifer Jones and Rachel Homan sitting there wondering who
Really nice, Kristen.
they will play, and that will all be determined at the end of this end or maybe the next.
503.
Two very good guards placed by wildcard 1. We saw those super numbers for Kristen McCush and has done her job
7. Right
in
off
this 10th end.
7. No,
Lots of space between them
We should come down. Right off.
and lined right up.
Room. Still right off. Really good. Curling now. Still 7. Right off. No, it's fine, Shell.
No, we gotta stop.
Yeah. Just 4 foot.
We gotta stop.
No, it's perfect.
Sit. You guys, stop moving.
15.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that like 5.5? Yep. Even a hair better? Yep.
Time's good. Back
So Kathy,
four.
since the new rules, obviously you can't play the tick shot stones on the center line. Is this kind of the classic end though,
It is.
the way it would set up?
It really is.
Yep.
Gotta go.
And it really helps when your lead is able to put both stones on the center line and have a lot of separation between them.
Hard, right to it. Hard, you got it. Go, go, go.
Really nice.
5 pretty nice rocks to start this end.
Great brushing.
Thought we left it a little long.
Now the Nova Scotia stone is shot.
I had a
It
little bit
is
of
certainly deeper than Christina would like it to be.
Was it a 40? Yeah.
And that's because of that stone just thrown by Team Laws. You get close to that stone, even if there's a mess out front, it's going to be hard to score 2 unless she can find the hearts.
All right. Nice 40. Nice and slow.
Okay. 5. Okay. Line's good. A little tight. Yeah, line's a little tight.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Hard, Shelly.
4, 5.
Line, line. Hard.
Weight's okay.
Whoa. Yep,
Weight's
yep,
okay.
line, yep, line. Hard.
To it.
Hard. You gotta stay there. Hard. Hard. Nice shot, Charlie.
Locks it on the corner,
Really
little
good.
bump.
Great
Shot
shape.
stone still Nova Scotia here in 10.
Oh, well played and so far.
On the side of my
Just a smash tight.
That hurts so bad. Where did that come from?
And the first time out here in 10, Caitlin Law's team wild card. As Selena Negevin will make her way to the ice.
Guard this side. Yeah.
So I need to look at it.
Yeah.
Anywhere here is good for them, right?
Yeah.
So
Unless it's like, is that crazy?
just don't know if it's too early.
Yeah. Yeah.
Using ours.
Yeah, and if it happens to be
And if I freeze on the 7,
Yeah.
it's okay?
If you're a quarter on the 7,
But ideally, we just lock it onto the 4. We don't even have to be on because then we'd be buried.
Yeah.
So it, just edge to edge with that guard.
Okay.
And we're from,
then anything they do here, we have this.
Yeah.
so from there to there.
So like top 8 kind of. We
Just-
don't want to
yeah.
move the.
No,
Yeah.
just fully.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, I like it.
Yep.
Like it, Selena?
I do. Is tolerance a little light? Or does it have to be there?
I think we have to be here
Okay.
because they can always make a play
Yeah.
if the guard's long.
Okay.
If it
But-
is a little heavy, we can let you know, like that.
Yeah, if but like top
Top
12.
12's okay.
Yeah,
I think the range of top
Yeah.
12, top 8.
The same way you just threw, and they can manage it with sweet things.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, you got it.
Don't take
So
a
here's your shot so that
but
you're
you saw
lined
back 4
up.
out of my hand,
And if
so
you need to, you can play that
you
later.
Like less, for
Her
sure. I think a touch less,
option,
yeah.
if she's not absolutely there, is to corner freeze onto this stone
Okay.
because the angles right now are not great
Yeah, if I just
for
give you
Nova Scotia.
tight top 12, I think you can get it there.
Yeah.
This is a setup shot to be able to play and get shot later on in the end. Both teams have lots of time on the clock. They have managed this game very well.
Had a couple ends where they just ran them up and down as well, which helps to bank a little bit of time.
You know, you have 5 minutes for one team, 3, almost 4 for the other, and you look at about a 4-minute end being lots of time.
Not busting.
Curling, yep. Hard line.
To the red.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Laura Walker just head down and walking this in.
Nice.
Great
really
shot,
good.
Joss.
Good
Nice
sweep.
call. Really nice. Great speed.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I think you have to move it.
What's the call? Just to
bounce?
bump
Yeah.
them. Okay, sure.
Move that yellow out of the way.
Can I wait? As long as it doesn't line something up for them.
I don't think so. Do we want to call a time?
Do we want to call a timeout?
Okay.
All right, Nova Scotia timeout.
Now, keeping in mind, Nova Scotia would have been able to talk to their coach during
it
the
looks
last
nice from the
timeout.
half, but I'm just worried that if I play
And
that,
that
then
coach is
she's
Stuart
got
McLean.
this here, and right now she doesn't have it, right?
Yeah, she does.
Does
She can hit that onto that.
Does she get by? Yeah, she can. Okay,
Yeah.
wow, it actually looks really good from here.
Yeah, I think you have to. I
You
think you
either
have
do
to move
this or
that.
you guard over here or draw in here. Like,
then we're getting
I
forced
think
because
it's,
then she's drawn
I
this
think it's
way.
either this or you play the draw here.
It'd be nice if you could almost just like tap and sit here.
Then you
Well,
leave a double.
you don't want to move. You can't roll off. Then they
I think the
have
miss
double.
is to hit the guard.
Do you like that?
I do. Can you roll your shooter behind this corner?
No,
No?
you can't throw enough weight for that. I think you try and keep your shooter right there.
Okay.
Do you ever play this, Stuart? Like a draw
No.
here?
Well,
I don't
if
think
you
that
show them the
helps
outside
us.
of that, though, and they play the little tap, then now you've got red staggers, right?
Yeah.
We don't want that then. Okay,
I don't
so
think
we're playing
so.
this.
I think this is the shot.
Yeah.
I think you just throw back 12.
I think that gives us some room.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you
Air
peel,
on
I
the
think
side
you're
of
getting.
guard.
If you peel, I think you're getting forced for sure.
Yeah.
Right?
I think you throw back 12. You like that? Back 8?
Yeah, it'd be nice to move that out of the 8 foot.
I think
but,
you want to move it. Yeah.
Pretty
Because you have like
You
you
don't
have
want
a quarter of
bounce off
that.
hard. That's
No.
the key.
but
So
then
yeah,
she's
back
playing.
12, back
Is she
12.
then playing the 2
back 12
Yeah.
back.
onto us?
Yeah.
I won't go more
So
than
that's
back
why we
12.
move that one. And
I
then
know
we're
that
better
Caitlin
off.
Laws has this tap
Back 12 max.
over here. So what they're going to try to do is come down with enough weight that
Don't want to roll and give them a double.
That's like your
this
sweet
will
spot
go
that's
that
empty
way,
there, Carly.
but just enough to get out of the forefoot. It doesn't have to remove it from play. You heard Stuart say, well, can you make it with enough to roll behind
so
the corner
20?
guard?
Yeah.
I would say no because of that long
This is really
guard.
good for a shot.
And you don't need to throw that kind of weight. You just want to move it out of the way because Caitlin is lined up the yellow, yellow, red.
So both teams using a timeout here in 10.
Whoa, clean.
Carly Everest.
Close. Jen. Gotta go. Gotta go. It's really close. Hard.
Jennifer Baxter
Hard.
trying to carve this over. It is getting
We're bouncing,
closer.
bounce
Here comes the
space,
tap,
bounce
tap. Yellow goes. And shot stone. 1, 2, and 3.
Good late call.
Really
Nova
good.
Scotia lies 3 and 10.
Very nice. Just didn't want to roll her shooter that far.
Some interesting, interested and interesting, they're both spectators. Krista McCarville, Northern Ontario, they've qualified top spot in their pool. So they will get some practice time in as they won't be in action until later on this evening.
Well, she did a great job of moving the Yellowstone out, but her shooter, she had hoped to stay right where it was. So trying to come in off the rock just thrown.
Nice shot, Laura.
And just scooches in there, Kathy.
That's a scooch.
It's a scooch.
Good sweeping.
Thanks. Great sweeping, Kristen.
Yep.
I got 3/4 of that yellow.
Well, Kristen really holding it out there.
That works. Try and hit as much of it as we can.
Okay.
Even if you just punch it there.
Yeah.
11.
Okay.
All right, Jen. Nice breath. You got this.
So yellow, red, yellow here, Kathy.
You bet. And from the hack, she can see, I would say, almost edge to edge. There you go. Not quite, but certainly enough because she needs to hit it on the outside.
11
Yep,
too.
yep.
Yes.
Yep. Let her know the weight.
Clean.
Yep.
Whoa,
Clean.
clean. Whoa, whoa, curl.
Shelly!
Hard, Shelly.
And now Shelly Barker. Carve it over enough. Tap, tap. Yellow goes. And again, it is Nova Scotia line 2.
Very nice. And 2 above the tee line. That is also a key, Muddy.
What kind of speed?
I'm thinking just through. Okay. Don't have to kill it. Just try and get this one back here.
I'm gonna try to just feel like even back 8 here, I think. And
Yeah.
it's gonna carry nice, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Carly Everest played a stone in this same path, and it took a while, and then it started to break. And so for Laura Walker, wants to make contact with both red stones and just move the one that's on the hearts to the back of the forefoot.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Back line. Back line. Whoa. Josh. Hard, Josh. All you got. Go, 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 go. Really nice.
2 little taps.
Now you got a pocket.
Great shot, Laura.
Thanks, good sweeping.
Nice throw. Good
Great
speed.
throw.
Some nice curling here in 10
love
for
this
both
shot,
sides.
yeah.
Agreed.
But just that nice.
Do you like 11 or 11.5? I kind of like 11.5.
Yeah.
Okay, was my last one 11?
Yeah.
Okay. This is smash less. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice breath.
Yep.
If you're just joining us, the 2 tiebreakers today on this Friday morning. BC victorious 8-3 over Quebec. So, Quebec out, BC is in.
We've got
As both Jennifer Jones, Rachel Holman just waiting to see who they will play next. All comes down to this game.
Hard, gotta curl a mile, hard. Okay, that's fine.
And the nose hit, Jennifer Baxter avoids the jam.
That one ran really
But there
straight.
is that
She
pocket
threw it really straight, though.
available for wildcard 1.
Suited like back line. What? Just bump it back.
And that is the challenge with playing that shot. Unless you rolled into the center, Caitlin doesn't care how many red stones there are now. She is playing to steal.
Got to get past this one, right?
And that
Do you like this or do
pocket
you want a hair less?
she's able to get in will be difficult
Hair less.
to remove.
Just let me know how much we're sliding.
Yeah.
The game story is brought to you by Tim Hortons, proudly serving Canada's favorite coffee.
Well, it has been a seesaw battle. That brilliant double by Caitlin in 6 really forced the single when it looked like it was going to be all Christina Black.
Yeah.
And then the double back in 9. It has been a seesaw battle. The numbers, the edges to Caitlin, but I really feel that it is the timing of the shots that these skips have made that has made the difference. And it will be one big shot, either this one or Christina's last, that will determine this game.
Well, and you saw 94% on draws for Caitlin Laws, and maybe the biggest of them all in this game right now. Skip stones in 10.
Right now. A little bit for line.
Weight's called.
Bit for line. Line's good. Hey, line's good.
T-line.
Sleeper T. Lead for line.
There right now.
Sliding.
Sliding. Tapping.
Oh, can't tap. Oh.
Tapping a hair.
Close for line, Kristen. Yep.
Good communication.
Clean.
Tapping a hair.
Yep. Clean. Clean.
And look at this, clean right to the heart. Shot stone, team wildcard 1.
Really good. Nice throw.
Great communication all the way down to Laura. Kristen kept saying tapping a hair. Jocelyn
Really good
going
judge on
back
that,
and
Joss.
forth.
Good sweep. It was close enough.
Well
that I
read
thought
by
that
the
I'd have to
brushers.
keep it.
And the second timeout now taken,
Tapping
Team
a
Nova
hair.
Scotia.
Clean.
They said tapping a hair. That's exactly what happened.
It's for all or nothing,
And move it, like,
Yeah.
on the face.
Yeah. But then she draws again.
Yeah, but
You can't
the
see
backing
it,
won't be
though.
gone.
You can't really see it.
No, just a hack. Like,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And just like sit on nose.
But she guards it then. What do you think, Stuart? Maybe nice to unlock it.
The pick gives her the same draw, right?
Yeah, but the
Well,
pick's
the
all or
pick-
nothing.
The
if you
pick
miss
will
it.
also lose our.
We lose that one though.
Yeah, but we keep the 7.
That's fine.
Yeah, so I don't mind. I don't mind throwing like
A 9?
No, I think like 10.
yeah, but maybe a 10.
10 and a half,
10, and just try and get like
Try
trick
to squeeze it, yeah.
Just like
Try to get it behind the 7
Yeah.
so that,
Or just at least unlock it.
yeah.
Yeah. So
it's
what's the
that
weight
or I
then?
come off that.
I think you
Yeah,
save that.
that's there. That's all or nothing.
I know.
It's gonna be
Yeah, I
different
think you
next
try
time,
this
though.
and then
I
you,
think
you
I
might.
can get it to go
Oh
little
yeah.
bit.
These
Yeah.
cards aren't in play with
No.
a 10.
So do
And
we
then you
like
got-
10
you
or
gotta-
10-5? Just as thin as you
Well,
can?
I think you need to play enough to get it,
I
like
need 10
move
for
it.
the weight.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. So you like 10?
Yeah. Okay. Just one sec. Yeah.
Pardon?
Right there, do you think?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the decision is it's time to move that stone, and I agree. There is the risk, you heard Stuart say, if you move it, that what kind of Caitlin weight will is put that? it back,
Yeah.
but she still has to put it back. And right now, if you don't move it, Caitlin will guard, and I don't even know what
What
your
was the
other
final weight
options
called?
are. Peeling one guard does not help you.
Yep.
You have to move that stone, and it doesn't have to move far. It just has to move to give you a place that you can score.
Critical shot here in 10. Christina Black.
Close. Whoa. 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 Close. You got it!
Jennifer Baxter.
You got it! Keep going!
It's got to be close. Trying to carve it over. Get that Yellowstone to go, and she'll pick it right through. Again, clutch shot. Christina Black.
Well, we talked about those numbers and that it was going to come down to some brilliant shot making by the skips. Back to back, terrific shots. Christina Black. Wow.
A highlight reel show, all Scotties long.
2 minutes, so lots of time.
Doesn't get any better than that.
And the second timeout called now for wildcard one.
If we're at
Same shot.
Yeah. Same shot. Yeah. Although that one,
This, we're out counting.
we are out counting it, so it'll only be for one. Well,
If
no.
she
If we
picked
move it
it-
too much, she'll have it for 2, right?
Right. What do you
If
think?
you're feeling the double, I don't mind that. Is it pretty lined up? It is.
Is it too? Like this can't roll very far. Right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to hit it just a hair high.
What kind of weight would you play at it?
Quiet.
Yeah.
You did just throw this one, but it's very precise.
So did she, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as we keep it kind of beside it, then that's
Can she just slash that in for 2?
yeah.
Yeah.
She'd have to be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she really only has to hit half a rock to
Yeah.
any less
Right.
for 2.
Probably either freeze or play this.
I think so, yeah. What do you think, Caitlin?
Whatever you like, Caitlin.
Okay.
I'm good with either.
She won't likely have an easy double at all if we make this.
No. I'm just worried it just dead nuts, but
I think you probably want to hit it a hair high, keep your shooter there, and hopefully get it coming back this way.
if I'm hitting it high, I'm rolling my shooter off.
But we'll sit 2 on these 2, right?
Yeah.
Whatever
I
you
don't
like.
know, what do you guys see in?
I like this,
Yeah.
Caitlin.
Okay, with
Okay.
like a 10?
Yeah. I like that.
Make sure it's enough to get on the court.
Yep.
I feel like Laura Walker very much likes that hit. So you have 2 options. The obvious one is, why don't you just play the same shot you just played? You had it. I think the concern is because it's deeper, and Christina Black just played it. If she blasts it out, there will be enough stones around to win. So they're going to play the run back,
Do you think a 10 is too
and it
much?
will be the yellow stone biting
think so.
just
I like
outside
it,
the
Caitlin.
4-foot that would still be around for shot, and they'll get rid of the 2. But if she rolls her shooter out and
Got
makes
it.
the double, I see the opportunity for a hit for 2 for Nova Scotia for the win.
How am I for 10?
23. You got her, Caitlin.
Momentum back and forth the entire game. Some wonderful shot making from both sides. But right now it is Nova Scotia lying the 2. Massive
Just a
shot
10.
on the way. Final stone, Caitlin Laws, wild card 1 here in 10. Nothing yet. Has to move these red stones. Krista McCush trying to guide it over. Make the tap. Red goes. They both go. Back and forth beauties in this must-win game.
Nice throw, Caitlin.
What terrific weight thrown by Caitlin Laws.
Whatever you can do, I can do better. It's been so much fun to watch and clutch. Caitlin Laws.
Well, Kristen working to make that shot curl over a little with that quiet weight, sticks around. Beautiful.
Still that same weight, do you think?
3 terrific shots in a row by the skips.
You got it.
Time to bring my baby down and have a...
And that is part of this team.
35. Yep. 30. Yep.
So is this just the cold draw here, Kathy?
It is. No way to score 2, needs full 4-foot to go 1 more.
We set off the top. Christina Black, she's done it all week long. Can she dig deep and do it one more time?
Line's good.
Down by 1,
Keep it
final
to the
stone
line.
in 10, must win, tiebreaker here at the Scotties and Kamloops.
4 foot.
Gotta go.
Switch.
Close. We're really
Jen.
We're like
Right
top
to the line,
4.
guys. Your line's perfect now. Your line's perfect.
Baxter, Barker, walk it in, find the hearts. My goodness, what a great game. And why not go 1 more? Absolute clinic by Christina Black and Caitlin Laws, trading shots in a 6-6 tie. It doesn't get any better. And one more to come when we come back to Kamloops.
The 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Scotties Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. By Home Hardware, here's how. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada.
Welcome back to Kamloops, Sandman Center. And my goodness, if this is any indication about what the playoffs and championship weekend will be like, we are set for a fantastic final few days of curling here at the Scotties. Full credit, Christina Black. Unbelievable draw. Caitlin Laws. What a lovely pair to ensure that we go in a 6-6 tie. Extra end, Kathy. You've seen every single sheet, every single shot this week. I would argue that was maybe the best end of curling we've seen thus far.
No question about it. 4 brilliant shots made back to back. The perfect freeze by Caitlin, the pick out by Christina, the soft double weight to lie 2 by Caitlin to force, and then the draw to the hearts.
It's good.
We're hot.
I don't think we're in. Easy, let it curl.
I just don't want to touch it.
Line's
So
good,
underway,
Christine.
extra end
We're
here in
really
11 in a
tight.
6-6 tie.
No, we can't yet.
It
I
is
think we
wild
can.
card 1 now. Caitlin
No, we actually
Laws,
can't. Okay.
Yellowstones
16.
with
Yeah,
hammer.
we can't still. It's cruising.
Looks
Come on,
good.
stop.
Yeah. Looks good. Nice
We're gonna
shot.
stop, but I can't sweep it.
That's okay.
Well, I love this game and I love the people that play it, and part of the reason is, as we walk by, nice shot. That's, you know what, that is not always seen in every sport that we play, but it just shows what a true competitor Caitlin Laws is, the respect for each other and for great shot making.
Line's great. Good around, but line's
Game
good.
respecting
Go for it
game.
right now.
And what a game we've had here.
It's curling now.
As we started the morning with 2 tiebreakers.
Still
British Columbia, Clancy Grandy successful, beating Quebec. Laurie St. George 8-3, so we know BC is in.
Even if it's just
And what a battle this has been. It will be either Nova Scotia or wild card 1 when it's all said and done here.
Well, that wild card stone a little bit deeper than they wanted. Christina will use the opportunity to throw 2 guards,
Weight's really
looking
nice
for
there.
a
1
very
and a
long
half.
guard
Yeah.
now.
I think it's deep.
Okay, just Carly's clean.
We're almost to your feet.
If you can get it over a little,
Or
Carly.
to your foot.
Yep. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
So a reminder
keep
too,
going,
both
keep
clocks
going.
are reset for your time. You
Prepare.
also get a timeout per team of 90 seconds again in the extra end.
This one seems to be sliding fine, so
Yep.
I think I can just adjust.
Yeah, basic positive.
First extra end of the week for Christina Black in Nova Scotia.
Top 8 right now.
And
Okay,
Caitlin
you
Laws
go for
went
it.
to an extra, did not have the hammer, and lost her one appearance to Carrie Anderson, Team Canada.
Hard.
And a reminder, if either of these teams expect to move on to tomorrow,
Keep going.
they have
Go,
2
go,
more
go,
games
go,
today, and so
hard.
starting this day with an extra end makes this grind even longer. But both would welcome that chance.
Good sweep.
Inch.
40? Yeah. So we can bumpy. So 35. Yep, we can bump.
And you have to think somewhere, I know she was here earlier in the week, that Marianne Arsenault got to be smiling, very proud of this team, Christina Black,
Great. Back 4.
and what she's accomplished
Back 4.
this week.
Whoa. Stay
Well, it was
close.
Carly
Stay
Everest's
close.
shot
Line's
last night
really
in
good.
10 that is the
Close.
reason that this
Close.
team is
Whoa.
here
No,
today
no,
looking
no,
for
gotta
another
carry
big
on.
shot.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Shelly's rock. Easy. No, on its own.
Yep, we're just to it.
Shelly, go now. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We're not touching it.
Great shot.
Great one. Good.
Very nice.
14-9.
Good.
You got it. Okay. Shouldn't do anything, hey?
And now the elimination.
Yeah.
It is incredible, though. You look at Caitlin Laws in her career to this point, really has been in every situation you could imagine. Olympics, pressure, winning, losing. I mean, so much experience. And from what we've seen from Christina Black,
Good sweep.
I mean, she will be a force for years to come. Second time here as Skip, that time with Marianne Arsenault, as we talked about. And man, she has been a fun competitor to watch all week long.
Almost a 2.
Well, her demeanor in the last stand really underlines the fact that she is a last rock thrower. It is not for everyone, and it doesn't mean if you miss that you're not a good last rock thrower, but she was just very calm, Brian, in both of those situations about the pick and making that draw.
Go, 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 go. Good. Good. Great.
And what confidence to give to your team.
So right now it is wild card 1, shot stone on the button. And once again, just keeping that area up front cleaned up. Jocelyn Peterman will remove the red guard just thrown successfully.
Okay, nice and slow.
Just after 3:30 p.m. local time, back home in Nova Scotia.
1.5.
You know their fan base out of the Dartmouth Curling Club. Glued to the television sets in what's been a wonderful game.
It's curling. Yeah, it's coming off of it. It's let it sit. A hair deeper in mine. Okay. Let it sit. Yeah. Just let it sit because it's going sideways. Sit. Okay. That's good. Good job.
Good separation. And because that rock curled over the line, not as concerned about it anymore. You peel the tight one. There will be a play in the house at some point, and Caitlin wants access to the 4-foot.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And this one's out there, Kathy. Has to curl up to get a piece, and will just tickle it across.
And by piece.
Nice.
Can you call that a nervous scooch? That was
Never a doubt.
I caught the draft on the way by. Never in doubt. I doubted.
Great reaction, but just enough.
And it's gone.
Very similar. A little early if you can. Okay, yeah, we can, I think.
Go early. I don't think I need to.
Let me know where it is.
Okay, we're halfway tight.
Get it tight.
You want it 3.
Yeah. Line's good. Gotta go, you gotta go. You gotta go. Hard. Hard. Separate them. Hard.
Everything.
You gotta go.
Want that separation. Don't want them too close for an easy double peel.
Throw.
And it is there now.
No.
You can back it up if you need to.
Yeah. Nice throw here, Laura. You got her.
Oh, well, that bodes well. Only 2 steals allowed this entire week.
Shooter. Get it. Nice.
Wow.
Nice shot, Laura. Good throw.
So 2 nice rocks.
I was a little too patient with it.
You heard the get it. That was about removing that stone.
Direction this time. Probably open up
minimum,
just a hair.
yeah.
And it just shows you how important lead stones are. That yellow stone that belongs to wild card 1,
If it's coming in good, then we
Caitlin
can try and
Laws,
move it.
is right on the tee line. So a little
I
tap
need to try and move it.
Yep. Yeah. If you give us a
by
30, we should be able to
Christina.
sweep
That's
it
what I'm
and
thinking.
touch
Like
it.
if I throw
Yeah.
it,
makes
you
it
guys can
tough
just
for Caitlin.
Yep.
Talked about huge shots last day, and there were 4 in a row. This one is as big as any.
Let's go, chick.
a little soft.
Line's a little tight.
A little soft.
Some good numbers and some
Hard line.
brilliant
Where
shots.
is it?
6.
Hard line. Good.
Skip Stones here at 11. Extra end in our tiebreaker here.
Line's really good. You gotta go.
In Kamloops.
You gotta go, Line. Easy.
Gotta go.
Hard. Yeah. Line's good.
Barker
Come.
Baxter
Hard.
trying to pull this in, tapping it up. They want to be shot stone as well. Move it just enough.
Okay.
And it is shot stone, still wild card 1.
Just needed like a little more. Great sweeping.
I knew I couldn't lift.
Yeah, good sweeping.
We're gonna have a shot though.
Shoot.
No, I said we're going to have a shot.
And the timeout being used by wild card 1.
Gotta go.
Hard. Yeah. Line's good. It'll come. Hard.
Okay.
Where's shot?
Oh, that's what I meant.
I don't know. Right now, she's got both, so kind of thinking going here. But if she goes there, then we're nothing.
Yeah.
So it's either here and hope, or here and hope.
At least I guess, but here, she makes this, you can just kind of tap right back almost.
Yeah.
Do we ever go like full 4, half around the 6?
Yeah, that's just what I'm wondering.
And then we might have
With
it,
the
like,
out
have
turn?
something on our last.
Like this?
Yeah.
But if we're playing that, then I'm kind of thinking going right.
Thing is, if we play that and
But
she
the
just
tolerance
makes
is
it,
high. We cannot bounce,
Of
right?
course,
Yeah.
But yeah, for
I'm just thinking if we're here.
I kind of want it more open though, right? Because if we bury it, we can't
If
use
she makes
it.
this
Right.
to a perfect tap freeze, I'm not sure that's
Right.
that useful. But if she moves it at all, it is.
I mean, I
Yeah.
don't really want to give her the exact same.
If you want to
If
guard
we don't
and
want
then
to give her the
make
same
her,
shot, then we have to go here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. That was your first thought, wasn't it?
Well, I was just thinking the options. I wasn't sure what.
I know we're leaving for this,
Yeah.
but I don't think we can leave for this.
I agree.
We're gonna leave for one or the other, right?
if
That's
we
really-
have good line, do we try to finish it a hair or
I
no?
think
I
as long
think
as
we just
we
leave it there.
tuck enough of a piece.
I just don't want to. If I'm
Leave it
buried, then
outside.
she still has
Yeah.
to. She only has to move it like an inch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just 8 foot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like that?
Yeah. That was my first thought, Caitlin.
Okay.
And that was yours too.
Yeah.
Well, it was well
putting all
thrown
the
by
marbles
Christina
in
Black, and
one
she's got
basket, but
options either
haven't seen that
way.
side,
So
so-
they looked at, do we
I
go
was giving
here
there,
and
but
leave
I've
it
gotta
in the
make sure
open a little bit?
Yeah.
And so if Christina Black then makes
All
this
right,
tap,
draw is, like, tricky for
Caitlin
her.
would have
not.
this
I
shot
think, like,
back.
Yeah, like, just
The
make sure
challenge
shot
is
was
you
called.
could
Yeah,
hear
just
in their
find the
voices
line,
that
not
they
even-
don't want to leave
Yeah.
for the same shot, so they want a half guard, knowing
Caitlin.
full well that this is the shot that Christina Black will have, and that Caitlin might not have one.
Just,
That's why
like,
she said we
just
go
bite
here and
the line
hope, or we
max
go
kind of
here
for
and
line.
hope.
Ideally, a little less.
A little less than that. Okay. Speed's real nice here still.
So part of the reason for this decision is taking away the same shot
Like a tiny
that
bit
Christina
past that
Black
top
just threw,
You got her, Caitlin.
and that will force Christina to the out turn. Because I haven't played in a while.
Really doesn't get much better than this, Kathy. It has been a wonderful game.
Weight's good.
Line's good. Out there. Keep it out
Caitlin
there.
Laws, her first here in 11.
Where are you?
Okay, line's okay.
Line's
Are we
great.
sliding a little?
Just top 4.
No,
Pass the curl.
No, you guys.
Weight's good.
Kristen.
Pass the curl. No bounce.
Hard. Keep going.
So settles in, top 8, third shot stone.
It did not finish for them as they wanted.
Caitlin.
The weight was great for the shot. It just did not get that extra curl.
Free tap, eh? Just tap.
Oh, we're timing out.
I need a little bit more weight. Try not to move this too much. Just enough.
Timeout Nova Scotia.
Just get a shot.
your shooter to stay.
And Team Canada.
Well, if you
There's
like
Carrie
roll off a
Anderson,
little, so
see
they're kind of
Nick
overlapped,
Kadeen,
make it
and
so
coaching
somebody
BC.
has
He's
a
pretty happy because his team is through. As
Yeah.
BC winning 8-3.
You just bump her.
I thought I slid about
Amount you
there.
need.
Reed Carruthers, coach, and what a run they've been on.
Yeah, just 2 feet. Got it.
There's the other pair that we're missing from the earlier photo.
Just chilling.
very similar, just need a little bit more weight. Yeah, like 2 feet more.
Yeah. Literally.
2 rocks, so.
Yeah.
And this
So
shot
we
is...
only need to move ours, like
an inch.
Yeah. Because I really don't want to move the yellow behind it too much.
Yeah. Okay.
Very similar.
And it's very weight sensitive. Christina wants to tap this enough to be shot, but she doesn't want to move that Laws stone back too far because it's helping her stone to stay there when Caitlin goes to throw her last.
But it has to be shot stone. Her final stone in 11, Christina Black.
Yeah, we're a little heavy.
Trying to keep her Scotties run rolling here in Kamloops. They need a massive scrub. Here comes that red guard. They got to get it by the red, and they just do. Can she tap it up? 1, 2, shot stone, Christina Black. Unbelievable.
Great sweeping because that was...
Wow.
It looked like it picked as soon as I let it go.
Oh my
the handle
gosh.
kind of came off of it.
They had no room by that guard.
It looked like it picked when I let it go. The handle kind of made it jump.
Wasn't back line. It was perfect weight.
Watch this.
It felt like I kicked the exact same and just had like a better
Unbelievable.
extension.
Oh my God.
Good work.
That's all I can do.
That is curling, Kathy Gauthier. Just some wonderful shot making, and Christina Black has been a weapon in this game.
Beautiful.
All right, Caitlin.
Hey, you got it.
So coming off the bumper, it's very hard to draw. It's not too hard. It's very hard to draw on that out turn because of where that guard is. You have to go by it almost where the guard is because of the swoop, and you have to get by the red stone biting the center line.
Yeah, 15.
I believe you were part of a shot like this years ago.
It was.
Something similar. And if Caitlin Laws can pull it off and win this game, she would face Jennifer Jones this afternoon. What a game. And what a finish to come. Can she pull it off? Final stone in 11. Caitlin Laws, nothing yet. Nothing yet. And not to be. What a performance. Christina Black, Team Nova Scotia. Some brilliant back and forth shooting. And Nova Scotia staying alive at the Scotties.
Well, she has been a highlight reel, and it is not just once or twice, but twice in this game, and then that last shot, so make it 3 with an exclamation point. Her team played well for her today, but Christina Black, when she is pushed to make a big shot, money made them today.
One of the best games, never mind just this week, Kathy, that's one of the best games I can recall in recent memory. The quality of the shots down the stretch.
Well, and so hard for Team Laws to come off a game like that. They played so very well. So many brilliant shots. Just that last stone by Caitlin, or the first one rather, just didn't finish enough for her, and it set up an opportunity that Krista Black took.
So BC going through, Nova Scotia going through, and for Caitlin Laws, wild card 1, their Scotties dream this year comes to an end. Big smile on Coach Stuart McLean. Some tense moments in that game. And now it gets a little more clear, finally, as we do know it will be Manitoba, Jennifer Jones, BC, Grandy. Later on today, Nova Scotia, Christina Black. She'll take on Rachel Homan. What a day that will continue right here on TSN.
Final stone. Just touch it over. Like that. How do you like that?
Final stone in 10. Jennifer Jones have knocked it off this stone all the way. Move the yellow, tap it, and there you go. And a win for Jennifer Jones.
Down by a couple, in trouble deep. Hold that right now. You just touch this up. Touch it right up. Oh, you got the pinhole shot. Rock BC.
We can't wait. I mean, what a start to this championship weekend coming up. And this is what's next. Jennifer Jones chasing down her 7th Scotties title. Clancy Grandy, home province, 5-3 record BC. And that is next in what, just over an hour's time at 4 Eastern time as Vic Roeder, Russ Howard, Kathy, and Joe, oh man, back in the booth, and we can't wait. It has been a wonderful week as the playoff picture now a lot more clear. 6 teams remain at the championship here at the Scotties in Kamloops. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in about an hour's time from here in Kamloops, BC.